Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. Apologies, we're a little bit behind. Technical glitches and everything else in between. We've had to rebook the show and all the rest of it, yada yada. We didn't even have the right intro sequence set up for it. We had a nice wee special MLS Hot Streak one, but sadly, files are all awry and we're a little bit behind. We're here for the deadline show, of course, as ever. Locked and loaded and ready to go. I am Quinny, of course, and I'm joined as ever by my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Harry, my man, good to see you.
Good to see you, mate. Yeah, good to see you. I haven't really spoke this week, have we? That much. Been busy.
No, it's been a quick but big week. It feels like something's been going on all the time, and it also feels like it's just ran away.
Yeah, I'm interested and excited to be getting back with you, mate. To be honest, because like I said, missed you this week.
Aye, it's been a Is it, yeah, always good, mate. Always a party. Lots of you joining us live and loud. We can also, yeah. So I could actually hear Harry for a little minute through
Yeah,
the.
Mikey Baston said that. Like I was sipping my coffee and said he could hear me, but it's weird because they said like I can't even actually unmute. You know when it's like counting down, it doesn't even let me unmute if I wanted to, which is weird.
Yeah, system has been glitchy. It has been playing up on us. So there we go. Some gremlins even giving away the backstage kind of rambling before we get stuck in. Lots of you joining in. Thanks to everyone. Make sure to hit the like button, of course, on arrival. Get involved in the poll, of course. Let us know what you're targeting this week because we've both been very busy, Harry. There's a bunch of stuff to kind of just touch on quickly and we'll just get right stuck into it because we're a wee bit behind. But we've had a revamp to MLS Hot Streaks. We managed to open up some cards as well, do a bit of early access stuff like that, and it's been a really like I've not been this like see last night I was just looking at MLS cards like my cards just looking at them going oh yeah I can't wait to get them in a team this weekend. It's a fever pitch, and it's a lot of hot emojis, a lot of hot sentiment going around at the moment when it comes to MLS. I've had a lot of fun with it. I managed to watch your pack opening. I don't think the RNG was too kind to you, but how have you
Never
found
is,
all that
mate.
kind of stuff this week in general? It's been good fun.
Yeah, it's been fun to be fair. Hasn't it? I didn't expect them to, yeah, make the this hot streaks and stuff better, but well, I thought it would be easier to start with. So if that makes sense, um, and yeah, they've kind of corrected things, which I think makes sense because I think it was just way too hard before that, and not enough people were buying for it. Basically, I don't,
Yeah.
that feels like the consensus. So yeah, glad they did that. And then yeah, obviously we got to open the cards. Unfortunately, the RNG luck wasn't on my side again. I got absolutely screwed in the European one as well. I think I've had two in like over 150, 140 cards or something, which is like running really, really dry. So, yeah, not ideal, but we move massive weekend, obviously with specialists and stuff, and yeah, just excited for it to be honest, mate.
I had a wee bit more luck than you, Harry Boy, when it came to
Did
opening
you?
the early editions. Yeah, I did it at the end of members because I didn't realise it was on until like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
finished building all the lineups. So I did it at the end, and then I threw out the wee segment this morning. It's not been out for long, and I know time of day it is for you. You've probably not caught it. Um, I won't rub it in too hard, but I did a wee bit better than you. I'm not gonna lie. So I got a few.
Well, I saw the thumbnail. I didn't click it because I obviously, yeah, it was early morning. But if it was Jada Nelson, then you might have been. I don't know whether that's just a bit of a clickbait. But did he get injured midweek?
yeah, precautionary substitution. Yeah,
Oh, 6 minutes in, precautionary. Wow.
precautionary because they've got a lot of stuff to play for. Vancouver, they're
Yeah, I mean,
flying high. But yeah, maybe
Canadian
there's
Cup
a
and
race, and
everything
maybe there's
is
a few more.
very important. Canadian Cup.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? And I actually did a wee bit of DJing last night as well, Harry. I picked up, can you believe this? My third Sean Johnson.
I picked up a super rare Sean Johnson last night in season.
Love that.
Yep.
Love that.
So
That's
I've
the
got
third one I've got
one
from that
rare.
collection with the 5%. So I've got like triplets that just, it's like forever in season bonus. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. Have you got two of the same, like New York Sean Johnson? If that makes, or you got, or you got no in season Sean Johnson,
Nah,
just
nah, all
all
classic.
classics. Okay. How much are they?
20
They
quid.
can't be that expensive. Yeah, I was going to say. They're giving them out in fucking cereal boxes these days. Sean Johnson's. You can't give them away.
I can't wait for him to have a comeback. It would be so sweet.
I mean, he's got like 3 or 4 home fixtures in a row in a couple of weeks. So, like, that's why I'm buying him now. I'm not bothered about this weekend against fucking Cincinnati. you
Yeah.
know?
And I guess on that note, it's a nice wee segue in terms of this weekend at Cincinnati for Sean John. It probably won't appear on this screen, but we come to the matchups tab. We've had a bit of midweek. It's very much the sharp end of the European competition now, where it is do or die. Some topsy turvy results, some rotation expected, and like a streak of home games there, Harry, isn't it? Wow, look at that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just a pity that it comes off the back of, like you said, a midweek where teams have things to play for next midweek. That's like the killer. Like I can't play my verts with confidence this weekend. There's a lot of things that I'm really, yeah, just annoyed at basically because yeah, a lot of my my smasher fixtures and players in those fixtures are in spots where it's just very hard to take those risks on them. Like you can maybe do it in super a bit more because there's no relegation maybe, but like in rare and obviously limited, like it's just very hard to take those risks. I think. And yeah, it's just a pity because obviously yeah, Liverpool are in that boat. Same for Bayern. Benfica. I know Chelsea kind of played the second team yesterday anyway. Barca, come into that for sure. Leverkusen and then Madrid probably. Sort of all come into that, bucket where it could just go horribly wrong, and it's just very hard to know how it looks. But three win percentages above 80, well, all above 84 there, which is a bit of a not surprise, but we just don't have that, or we haven't had that, sorry, recently. So that's a bit of a change, I guess. All in champ, even Chelsea's in champ as well. So top 5 out of 6 there, all champ, all at home. But then getting the Liverpool team right is gonna be tricky.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Obviously, a very tight second leg to come for them. Bayern expected to rotate. That game's a bit more kind of like that'll be fine to rotate with, and you might get some squad players that do all right. Osasuna, by the way, I don't know if anyone else has caught this in the build up to it, but they are up for this game. I don't really know why, if there's some context around that I'm missing, but they're talking about trying to win this game for some reason, like properly coming into it. So, nerves around that. But I'm not playing Wirtz at all. If I had training, he wouldn't even go in that 'cause he's level 20. But like Wirtz is like totally shelved for me. Like I just
Really?
we've seen it so often from Xabi Alonso that he might give him 10 minutes, 20 minutes if he needs him in the game, but he
Yeah.
will do his best to just keep him sitting. In my
Thing
opinion,
is,
I'm not using mine at all.
like, because they got battered first leg, they obviously they need to show up second. But is it one of them where like it's so far gone that like you don't think?
It's Champions League, man. It's Champions League.
I
They're
know.
like, how far are they behind in the Bundesliga? It's like sizable. It's not like likely to catch them, So this is it,
No, for sure. I'd be shocked if he didn't get minutes. Like you wouldn't want to go into that Bayern game without playing over the weekend.
See if they're winning 2 or 3-0, he's not getting on the pitch.
I think that's more of a reason too, because it's just an easier game at that point. It's just just get the legs, like just get blood in the legs. Like it, I know you can run afterwards, but it's just not the same as in. I don't know. I'd be shocked if he doesn't get any minutes at all. Like if he doesn't get more than 10, I'd be very, very shocked. And that's not because like I've played him anywhere important or anything. I just think you'll just want. He's young, man. Like he's not as if he's 30. Like, do you know what I mean? He's 21 or whatever he is. Like, you want to play football games. You want your stats to look better. Like it's one of them where like this is a stat padding opportunity, unfortunately, for whoever they're playing, Werder Bremen or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Real Madrid, again, a bit of a funny one for them, where they're halfway through their Madrid derby Champions League thing. Again, a Madrid derby with Vallecano. And Vallecano, like, this one should probably be a little bit higher, because when I was looking at the projected teams, we'll come and look at this in a minute, but Vallecano, although they've looked good this year, they're missing like 3 or 4 players. So, like, they are, like, that makes it makes a much bigger difference to a Vallecano than it does, like, a better team, let's just say. Like, when they're missing key players, they're kind of like done, so that could be a sneaky OP Madrid game because they're high on life at the moment. They don't really have much room to rotate. Modric is on to start. They're at home. It could be a sneaky Madrid game, I think, this week.
For sure. Yeah, Rodrigo's the toughest one for me, and I think anyone that owns him, he's the one that does he not start Brahim? Do they do 60-30? Like it's really hard. That one's the toughest one. I think the rest maybe picks itself, but that one's really tricky.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, we did have a glitch with the show earlier today, so if you are just joining us at the moment, it is super important that we fire through that 100 like barrier just to make sure that we get the show back on track. Sorare are not happy that the internet broke. They're away to sort that out for us. They can't explain it. There's no answers came thus far, but help us all out. Smash the like button. Get your luck up for this weekend. Make sure you don't pick the wrong captain. If you've got any rewards coming tonight, well done to you. But you want to make sure you get that good old Mr. Midweek RNG in your favour, and you're only going to get that by smashing the like button. And then from there, Harry, it does kind of go into the weeds, doesn't it? We've still got significant percentages there, but it's kind of, Valencia, nice and high. That's a good one for me. Twente are up there. But yeah, it just kind of goes into the pantheon of teams then, doesn't it? Where's the first away game here? Leeds?
Leeds, wow. Is that Pompey? Yeah. Pompey away for Leeds. Zenit away. But they didn't look convincing first game, did they? I didn't think, last week.
Nah, I didn't really pay attention to it, but I know that Henrique didn't play my guy. So
yeah, I don't think they even... I could be wrong. I think they drew. I can definitely look now, but I'm sure it wasn't... Yeah, it was 0-0.
Yeah. Seska as well, which is tough.
Yeah, they're not bad. But, yeah.
In that league.
And then,
What,
yeah, we're
all
getting
them are
into,
home still?
I know,
Jesus
into
Christ, man.
Miami, the Whitecaps. Dortmund play at home.
That's a good one for Dortmund, I think, as well.
Napoli at home. Fiorentina, that's probably not great, but Marseille at home to Lens, that should be a bit higher, I think. I think
Yeah.
Lens are missing a couple of players. Goalkeepers is a doubt.
So,
Like,
sold their defence in January.
yeah, sold their entire defense in January. Toluca at home to Necaxa.
Como.
Burn.
Go on the Como.
Yeah, Como's up there flying high. Burnley at home to Luton. It's probably 0-0, knowing Burnley. Then yeah, we're getting into a lot more ways, but PSG rotation nightmare probably. Cincinnati, there's the Sean Johnson fixture. We're
Oh
still
yeah.
at like 56%, Quinny. Like it doesn't drop below 50 until like here, like City away to Forest, which is probably not an easy, well, definitely not an easy game. DC, Brighton, Salt Lake, all the MLS, the home MLS fixtures start coming in around the 49, 50 percenters. But mate, just a bucket load of fixtures to get through one and two worry about.
Yeah, for sure. I think we'll start with the Premier League on that kind of Man City. You know, all the lineup projections that we do here on the Deadline Show, of course, are powered by Predictorfy. You can see how it's spelled on screen here. You can get your own account, you can get your own subscription, you can get access to all the leagues, some of the leagues, whatever you want. By using code Quinny Harry at checkout, you directly support the show, the channel, me, and Harry Trades. So we're eternally thankful if you do so. And yeah, all the lineup projections are powered by all the experts that we've got in the Predictorfy community, local experts across all these leagues and teams and clubs and all that fun stuff. And we're forever thankful for their support. They do a great job of helping the community out with this service. Is kind of how it was born in the first place, you know, and certainly with the show as well, with the backing they give us here. So very grateful for that. And make sure if you're after some lineup intel yourself that you can peruse in your own time and not that frantic last minute nature of the Deadline Show. Like, please, I hope they show my team. Then make sure you get your subscription locked up, and it's like month to month, or you can do it as any kind of plan that you like to suit your own play pattern, budget, whatever it might be. But I actually fancy Man City, Harry, to have a wee bit of a surprise game here. Maybe not a surprise because it's Man City, you know, but they're so far down and out. Forest, of course, have been the wonder story of the season. But I don't know. When I was looking at this one for my Guardiola in particular, I was thinking, yeah, I can see City getting a little bounce back game here. They've not played midweek for the first time in like eternity. You know, the squad still isn't. It's not like the squad's shit. You know what I mean? They're still like Man City. Are still a good team, and you know, more time on the training ground. Jack Grealish has been in some local worker pubs, putting money behind the bar and all that. You know,
Rodri's back on the field,
Rodri's in
on the pitch.
training. I got a
Yep.
De Bruyne card. You know, like everything's just kind of maybe on the way up. You know, maybe they've hit rock bottom now. That's kind of the
Yeah,
feeling
you
I've
can't get
got.
any lower.
I might be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the bounce, isn't it? The Rodri bounce. It's a tough game though, isn't it? Forest at home, we know how good they can be and are. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not too confident in City here, but at the same time, I think it'll be really tight, really tight.
Yeah, it was funny because I was listening to Casper Schmeichel on the overlap, and as I was talking just now, I'm looking at this Forest team thinking, have they got little Leicester vibes about them in that kind of weird way
Mm,
of like just
yeah,
finding a way to win, as Casper put it. Like they just found a way to win, saved themselves from relegation, and then just kept doing it and kept winning. You know, like and Forest, like you know, they're not going to win the league this year. Were they under relegation threat last year? I can't really remember too well, but
they
like it
might have
feels
been.
like they're
Yeah,
in that kind of mode of they've found a way to win and they're just doing it all the time.
yeah. Like yeah, the jump from like nearly getting relegated to now fighting for Europe is obviously massive, but they've made it look really small and minuscule somehow. So, but yeah, that's what quality players do when they all come together and yeah, but like the biggest thing from what I see is like they're just a team, like an actual team that like love playing with each other and like they all seem friends off the pitch from like watching Ole Einar Snapchats and stuff. Like it just seems like a laugh, and that's when you play your best football at the end of the day when you're confident and there's banter flowing and everyone's like really tight knit. There's no better recipe for winning games of football than that camaraderie.
I totally agree. It's very much an unquantifiable element of
Yeah, you can't
success.
qualify it, can you? Like stats and yeah, numbers don't or can't quantify it. Yeah.
It's like I would probably sum that up for the Deadline Show gang here as like the Zidane vibe, you know, because Zidane is
Mm.
just that guy where it's like he just embodies that. Like I don't think anyone thinks Zidane's some sort of tactical genius or, you know, like pure high philosophy football thinker. I think he's like he just gets the changing room to be Real Madrid. You know, like he just clicks that in, whatever that is. It's maybe not quite the same as like Leicester going for a pint after the game or Forest doing pizzas or whatever's
Vardy
going on.
down in
Yeah,
VKs and stuff.
yeah. Maybe not that kind of vibe, but you know, like appropriate for the venue kind of thing. Brighton Film is on screen. I actually thought Matoma was out injured for this, but he's appearing as 60% on, which is weird. And we've got Inter Miami kit in midfield with Diego Gomez, which surprises me. But there you go.
Yeah, I don't think he's got. I could be wrong. I don't think he has Brighton cards yet, or maybe he does. Just doesn't have the picture. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, yeah. So great win the FA Cup. Yeah, like look at all this. Like Matoma injured. How
Tons
big
of players
this?
out, but
Jesus, man. Yeah. Maybe they're on the way down. Fulham again, copy paste. Harrison Reed, but it's a new name on the starting 11 from what we normally see. But yeah, copy paste, really, isn't it for Fulham?
oh, Wilson at 30. Is he back? Is he Harry Wilson?
Yeah,
Oh, is that
was
Willian?
Willian.
Sorry. Wow, that's so small. I literally thought my Welsh bias read that as Wilson from here because it's so
Sadly not.
tiny on my screen.
Imagine miracle recovery
Ah,
that would be.
I
This is a
know.
good goals galore match potentially. Are you taking a goalkeeper here, Harry?
Well, I'm
Bart or
kind of
Leno?
forced to, mate. Yeah, I'm kind of forced to play Bart somewhere pretty good actually from under 23. So, yeah, this has like Bart 80 or like they can see 2 or 3 and it just looks like rubbish. There's just not enough AA to keep up with it. But again, really hard to gauge that one. Goals on both sides.
Yeah. Another home game I didn't see in the top order there. And I know I'm maybe just doing it Ipswich at the service, but I actually was going through the lineup builder with the members on the
Yeah,
channel yesterday. I
64,
thought like,
64%.
oh, are they? I must have not seen them. Sorry, but this is a great game for Palace on paper. You know,
I know.
like they're in form. All the players are. I know Mateta's out, right? But and their players are. They're a lot of these players are so rare friendly. Like we've seen Wolves winning Premier League and lots of other stuff already this season. Palace at the beginning of the year, where some people's like budget option to try and do that. It might take all the way to game week 60, but maybe this the week where Palace rule the Premier League, maybe with like a 3
I
0
mean,
or 2-1.
it's
Just
the fixture you want, isn't it? One more can you really ask for, you know?
yeah, big scoring defenders, fullbacks are bosses, and midfield and forwards that should get enough around there. Ipswich not to be totally written off, but I think when you look at the opposite, like Palace are getting goals in this one. Maybe they don't need a clean sheet if you've got guys like Munoz or Mitchell, or depending on how you're running it with Lacroix or whatever. But yeah, I don't see. I think that's a very Palace friendly game. Liverpool was one of the ones we mentioned there where it looks like super good because they're at home at Southampton that they should batter, but 1-0 up to PSG after mugging them off midweek big time. It was funny because I was doing that was I can't remember what stream I was doing that night, but people were in the live chat telling me, "Oh, PSG are battering Liverpool," and I assumed like they were actually winning. And the live chat had to like let me know, no, it's actually 0-0. It's not. Yeah, and Liverpool are just unright offable, but it is only 1-0, and they're at home at Southampton. A very easy game to do a bit of rotation. So far clear in the league where I don't think they'll be telling themselves they've won it already, but it feels like almost everyone else has. And this is the way the projected team is at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if there was maybe one more curveball in there somewhere for someone.
100%. Yeah. I don't know, he doesn't really like to rotate too much, does he? But yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's really hard to gauge this one. Like obviously your Salah probably plays Virgin and obviously Allison. Simicast probably comes in for Robbo. I think that one's pretty nailed on. Makes sense in my head. Quanta the same. It's the midfield and the sort of the front two or the left-sided two, and it's really hard because Elliot came on and won the game from. I know it's not a tap in, like he's done well to score, but like things like that, they're gonna get more minutes. Like it's just as simple as that. And Curtis Jones, Sobosai never seems to rotate, so I honestly would be surprised if he doesn't start. Like he always plays, whether that's 60 or 80 or 90. I know it's maybe different because Champions League still a lot riding on it, but you look at his score, he doesn't come out ever. He's just a machine.
He does like him. He's that athletic element of his game. We don't really see him scoring bangers anymore like we used to,
I know, it's sad, isn't it?
doing that kind of stuff. He's more of he's kind of like not quite the same kind of guy, but I'm just getting like McGinn vibes. You just put him up in that final
Just
third and
just
make
an
him work.
athlete, isn't he?
Yeah,
serious
work,
athlete, but he does have
smash
quality.
into people, get the ball, play it forward,
and just press really heavily.
Southampton, if they're going to show up like this, I suppose Liverpool fans will probably be in good spirits to watch the team here. some nice players, but the manager, I said this since appointment, and it feels like everyone in England's starting to click onto it, but he is not good enough to manage in the Premier League, especially with that team that was so like circling the drain. It was just unsavable, borderline. Brentford Villa is an interesting one. Villa, of course, playing midweek and not doing as well. Who did they play again? They played Bruges. No, they played Bruges. They won, didn't they? Yeah. That was
Yeah,
this
yeah.
week. Yes, it was.
3-1,
Yeah.
I think.
Leon Bailey with the goal and all the rest of it. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, definitely job not done. They'll feel comfortable enough in it. And away at Brentford. Brentford didn't play midweek, and they'll be licking their lips trying to get a hit at Aston Villa. This is the way Brentford look. All the players, all the main movers and shakers are on the pitch for you. And for the Brentford stacks, McBride and anyone else out there, the number one defender is is in at right back. And Aston Villa, I've got, wow, this is the strongest starting 11 I've seen from them on paper this year. Like when you look at it, Rodgers, Bailey, Asensio, and Sport of Watkins, wee boobs and Tielemans in the engine room. I'm not a big Disasi guy, but at least he's a centre back alongside Konsa, Dina, and then the guy that came in from La Liga 2, I think he came in from
Okay.
like Tenerife or something like that, and
Wow.
yeah, I'm sure it was La Liga 2, might have been Almeria, or one of those clubs that are kind of half big but not big. He's on to play over Matty Cash, wee bit of rotation there maybe for next midweek, but yeah, this is going to be like, I would probably quite gladly stack Brentford in this game, but I would be not too excited to stack Villa. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, Villa's strength right now is their depth. They're especially up front and in the middle. Like they've just got so many options and all quality as well. Like nothing really drops. Like you take out anyone, it kind of is just the same thing for the most part. Yeah, Brentford at home. Again, mate, these Prem fixtures, like this just got Brighton Fulham vibes all over again for me. Like 2-2 could just be anything. And that's just, it's so hard to predict these Prem fixtures, especially when they're like this tight.
Yeah, just checking some of the things here, but yeah, very hard, very difficult Premier League week. Crystal Palace, by the way, to the moon. Wolves at home to Everton again. Cunha's suspension has been an absolute ball ache for me. But it looks like they can maybe rotate around. This is how Wolves look to be shaped up, and they're playing David Moyes, the Moyes David Moyes' Everton, which is just proper throwback still. Again, really tough game to call. Both teams need the points for very different and similar reasons in different ways, I suppose. But yeah, anything to say on that one?
No, really. Is Cunha out? Cunha's out, isn't he?
He's got a big ban, and they're trying to make it
Yeah,
bigger.
it's been a naughty boy, hasn't
he? Yeah. Chelsea at home at Leicester should be a really good Chelsea game, but after midweek going away to Copenhagen and kind of huffing and puffing, it wasn't quite, I think, what anyone thought. Certainly not SO5 wise with Palmer in the fray. And Chelsea, it feels like the gleanness came off their season. They're all from like Maresca being the cool kid in class and like, oh no, we're not in the Premier League title race, and everyone being like, oh, Chelsea are right into it, and now everyone's like, oh, Maresca's pish, the team's not good. It's been a weird year for them, and I don't know how to think of them coming in this Leicester game. They should be mad favourites. They should smash them. But they're not really there right now.
No. It seems like what he said has kind of come to fruition, hasn't it? Like, as in, like, they're not in a title race, which is like, yeah, you're not, after all this time. But yeah, it's a weird one. Cole Palmer's just not on it right now. Like, he needs DAs just to fly in one of these games. Is it Leicester at home that happens in? Maybe, because I don't even think he had one yesterday, did he, against Copenhagen? So,
no.
I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know whether they're just purposely not passing to it. I watched a bit of the last Prem game and he looked frustrated and stuff. And it wasn't as if like they weren't passing to him. Like he was trying to get on the ball and make stuff happen. It just wasn't coming off, and that happens. Like confident. It's weird. Like a bit of doubt creeps in and, oh, I'm not hot for 5 games. Like, well, he's cold, but you know what I mean? Like it's just one of them where like he just needs one to go in. And I think it kind of reignites, but I just don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, you'd expect this weekend, but you wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't.
Hope so.
Tottenham, mild egg on face, losing away to AZ. I know
Tell me you
I've
saw
not
that.
seen it. No, I've not. Is it bad?
No, but I haven't seen it. But have you seen the free kick thing?
No.
Like Son and Madison have like set up this free kick, and it looks like it's going to be a bit intricate, like training ground vibes. And mate, they've just like you might have to get it up. It's on Twitter, like it's doing the rounds. It actually just epitomizes
What,
like
Madison and Son, or
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Son passed to Madison. Mate, it's bad. Like, it's really bad.
I've got
It's
one of
shock.
Madison,
I'm
7
pretty sure
seconds long.
some type in like some
Oh
free kick.
yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got it here.
mate.
It is
Honestly,
like 10 seconds, so we should be fine. Super grainy.
oh mate. Oh, sorry, yeah, it was Madders to Son, wasn't it? Yeah, 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 mate.
They've still managed to keep possession, but
If that doesn't tell me, like, things in a bad way, like, sometimes you don't even have to say much. It's just very obvious that yeah, mate. I, I'm worried, big time. Not that I
Oh
haven't
gosh,
been, but like more so than ever.
all Ange's fault, eh? But yeah, I feel bad. I think Tottenham will do them in the second leg. I hope they do anyway. 'Cause, they should be doing it. Bournemouth, but this is not a game they're going to be looking forward to. Tottenham, I mean, playing Bournemouth after that, it's another tough game. And all their players are 50-50, it feels like. Except for
Mate.
Bentancur, Brennan, Poro, and Tell, and the keeper. Everyone else is dicey. Oh, no, Ivan Nielsen, an actual striker. Bournemouth just
He's
got a bit
back.
scarier.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Otara doesn't get in anywhere, honestly, because he's been phenomenal, like filling in that 9 position recently.
Yeah.
I like Tavernier is good as well, as is Brooks has been in there. That'd be really harsh if they didn't. If Otara drops out there, because you can't drop Clive or Semenyo. Tav was like injured. Brooks was playing ahead of him. Now he's maybe back in the fold. But yeah, that's really tough. 5 really good players there for 4 positions. 6 if you want to count Brooks.
Man U versus Arsenal. I cannot believe Ruben Amorim has been manager of Man United for 5 months.
Wow, that's flown. Has
5
he won a
months,
game?
Harry.
Has he won a game?
Sh-
Genuine.
Surely he's won a game. Surely.
Yeah, he must have, but it doesn't feel like he has.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like he's been there for 3 weeks. Like,
It feels like
constantly.
they just lose every day and every game in the nicest way possible. Mate.
Arsenal with Mikel Merino up front just smashed PSV 7-1. They've got they're rotating midweek. They don't
Yeah,
care about that.
they
They're
don't
hoping
care
to maybe
about
catch some ground on Liverpool this weekend.
it.
And talk about prime motivation, big game, wounded animal. In terms of Man United, like easy hunting ground, you'd think, kind of thing. It could be a big Arsenal week as well. And I watched the good bits of the PSV game. This no, first time I've seen that guy. He's the part.
Quinny
Isn't
Harry.
he?
It's ridiculous,
Yeah,
isn't it?
he's the part. No two
Yeah,
ways
he's
about it.
stupidly good.
So yeah,
Stupidly good.
I'm mad hopeful for Arsenal this weekend, and this one
Yeah.
should be funny.
Yeah, I can't see a reason why it wouldn't be. I know it's away, but going to Old Trafford's not this. It doesn't have the same, sort of worry or, I don't know, aura that maybe it used to have. And we're talking 10 years ago now. So yeah, that's an Arsenal, like that could be like a really nice Arsenal clean sheet, like with AA kind of baked in. That's like the upside of that fixture for me. I don't necessarily think all the forwards start smashing and stuff. They'll get DAs maybe if a couple of goals, but I think it's like the defense and the goalie, like 20 AA maybe on top of a clean
2-0.
sheet. I think, yeah, that smells like something like
Gabriel,
that.
a goal from a header.
Yeah, header
Corner,
off. I don't know, Rice's corner. Yeah.
And then West Ham Newcastle, interesting game for both sides, and again kind of similar to one or two of these other games we've had, kind of even in a different way, I suppose. Neither team really at full strength. Neither team really like totally. I've not really paid too much attention to West Ham, but I'm quite certain that's roughly where they're at. Newcastle have got a final coming up. There's Lewis Hall's injured. Some other bits and bobs. No Anthony Gordon, of course. So yeah, kind of funny game this one. I don't really know how it goes. I'm kind of playing my Bruno, and I think like there's a few players I would just play as an individual in this one. It doesn't really feel like a game that there's a stack here. Maybe there is, but yeah, it just doesn't feel like a good fixture really for either team overall. Like it's a sticky one.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly couldn't really predict this one. It's a bit of a horrible fixture, like you said. Lots of players out, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it goes. I mean, Newcastle still have the better team, right? But Jesus, I think Newcastle just edge it, even though there's a bit of defensive casualties. Let's say. I just don't think West Ham have enough firepower. Like if Bowen's not on it, which I'm not saying he won't be, but if he's not, man, Suchek, like Kudus, I don't know what's happened to Kudus, by the way. Like,
He's died.
it's like as far as his SO5 score, I know West Ham have been dire. It's hard to score well in a bad team, whatever. But like, he's like really suffered.
Mm-hmm.
He's been shocking.
Halligan wants the kids to play for Man United.
I mean, get him in.
Yeah, there's a thought. Arsenal stacks to the moon. I think we'll go to La Liga next because we've got so much kind of Champions League kind of connotations around there. We'll just kind of fire through the matches from top to bottom, but so keep your eyes peeled on the screen and we'll just kind of roll through these. But Harry, I won an in-season Oscar Mingueza, which is a halfway usable card.
Saw
Can
that.
you believe?
Yeah, it's a really nice super rare, that, mate. Honestly.
Yeah, so that was good fun. A pleasant surprise, that one. Villarreal had their game cancelled on Monday night down to suspected floods, so they're well rested coming into this one. They're playing Alaves, and look at that, wee left side of the team, very FC Barcelona.
Sponsored by Quinny, there, isn't it?
Yeah, big time. Strongest left side in La Liga, outside of the top four, I would say. Villarreal, no Danny P. Pepe, not quite there either, but otherwise, like Yeremy Pino, Ayoze, Baena, Sergio Cardona. There's a fun stack in here, isn't there?
Definitely.
Like
yeah,
if the scores fell right, like that 4 could win champ. Never mind La Liga.
Right.
Like if Villarreal won 3-0 and those 4 caught the decisives, which it could happen. Like that
Definitely.
could be that's a sneaky one. Goalkeepers Whitey. There we go.
Yeah.
Too bad for the right side is better. Rico, man, do you think so? Where is it? There we go. On this system. Well, there we go. Valencia, finally, Harry, my little budget La Liga stack are at home to bottom of the table. And these 5 guys in yellow, I've got them lined up together. I'm going for it.
Don't mind it, mate. I don't mind it. Shoot your shot.
D1 La Liga?
I mean, someone's got to win it.
Someone's got to win it, Harry. That's it.
Someone has to win it, mate.
I'm going to tune into this game as well. It's 5:30. That'll be tomorrow. So yeah, I'll try and catch this one. Grealish in midfield is kind of fun. Raul Moro up front. Carol Heinen goals, of course. But yeah, I hope Valencia can get a nice wee 2-0 or something like that. Get the decisives to fall the right way for me. This is the Barca team. Looks like Dani Olmo's going to start 2 games in a row. Rafinha's going to be rested with Frankie de Jong. Gavi's going to come back in. And Inigo Martinez is going to rotate. I forget who played left back midweek against Benfica. I think that might be a rotation as well. I know Gerard Martin came on later in the game. I think that's the way it happened anyway. And Ferran Torres starting up front for Lewandowski. I'm trying to say the Golski thing here, but still got a little bit of backdraft up the nostrils, as it were. And they're playing Osasuna, who I mentioned before are like right up for this game for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, nice notes for it. And maybe we should look at the table for that one. Maybe Osasuna are really fighting for something, but Barca and Real are neck and neck for the title, and both of them have got like knife-edge Champions League games as well on the horizon. So this is like a really delicate La Liga weekend. Barca's squad here, Yamal's going to start again, Harry. Like they're probably quite well set to win this game, aren't they?
Yeah, they've probably still got enough, haven't they? Let's be honest, even with the rotations in. Yeah, Yamal only played 60, so I think that's the reason, or one of the reasons why like he's probably as safe as it maybe comes, outside of maybe Rafinha and Lewandowski. But I heard the manager say that they're going to ask Pedri tomorrow if he feels fine or not. Like it's down to him type of thing, if he wants to sort of play. So yeah, I want to risk it, but I kind of don't at the same time, because they just do have so much depth in midfield, don't they? Where they don't need to risk that, unfortunately. You know.
Yeah. It's one that, like, if you take it, you can be burned by it. But if you don't take it, and even if it does well, you'd be like, okay, well, I know.
Like, he'll probably do 60 at best, I'd say. Which, this is Pedri's year, by the way, on SO5. People have not really been speaking about it that much. But, like, mate, he just churns, like, 48 every game, basically. Like, he's ridiculous. Mate, his all-around score has just been nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know there's a few dud games in there, but, like he can get to 36 AA quite comfortably.
Yep.
You know, never mind a couple of DAs thrown in there. That's probably where he lacks the. Yeah, not the Kimmich gets DAs all the time, but he probably gets them a bit more frequently than that. But yeah, he's on the way to being. Yeah, he's on the way to being like the Spanish Kimmich without maybe the corners, because yeah, they get shared around. I think at Barca a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you. Dani Olmo, Ferman, these guys looked quite nailed to play. Ferran Torres, these guys are all quite goal hungry.
Yeah.
Like, team players, you know. You could just
they have to make an impression. Like, yeah. got to take your chance.
Getafe against Atletico Madrid. Getafe team is on screen for any of you psychos like me that are going to be backing them this weekend. And saying that's not a bad one. This is another kind of minor Madrid derby. And Atletico Madrid on the ropes a little bit from midweek. This game is normally like super tight anyway. Both teams love to defend like absolute animals, and it's going to be like 1-0 to somebody probably. Both teams are on screen, and yeah, Atletico Madrid, they're still not out the title race either, by the way. You know, so if Real Madrid are going to knock them out of the Champions League, this might be, they think, right, well, we need to make sure we get every point in case Real Madrid maybe drop something to Vallecano, and there's some ground to be made up. Here is the Real Madrid team. David Alaba back in town. We've been waiting for that to happen for a wee while. Good to see that. The legend returns. Front three reckons it's to be nailed, Harry. Best front three possible. The league is neck and neck. Yeah, it's not something to be forgotten, I think, at this stage. All these guys, like Salah, these guys just want to play and score all the time. You know, all of them. So this is what's projected. Jude as well, of course, back in town. This could be a good one. With Vallecano, like missing, where's the list? It's down here. De Frutos, EC Payazon, Unai Lopez, as well as other players like Moomin is missing. And there's another guy, I can't remember his name, it's like 4 letters or something, like Utke or something. Or De Frutos. Inteca, yeah, these guys, Inteca, these guys are all core players for them this year, and they're all out. So they're playing the right back at right mid, and they're playing the third choice striker up front, and yeah, backup centre backs and stuff. So like Madrid could be scary this weekend.
Yeah, they could. I'm just really tainted by the Rodrigo thing. Like, I can't bring myself to do it. I don't know why. It'll bite me on the arse, I know it, but
yeah, so that's something to wrestle with, I'd say. Athletic Club lost to Roma on Thursday night. They're at home to Mallorca. It looks like they're making some rotations here. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but it looks like the left back is getting rotated as well as 1 or 2 of the attackers. Mallorca away from home, setting up in their usual Mallorca fashion. Betis at home to Las Palmas. Betis, I know Isco scored because I had them in my best of Europe. They played somebody last night. And
yeah, someone random, wasn't it?
Fornals might be back in the picture. That's fun. Cucho, 1 or 2 others. And Las Palmas team is on screen here. Away from home. Looks like they're missing a few players also. Sociedad Sevilla. So Sociedad drew with Man United. Kind of knew that was going to be a unpredictable game. But one thing you could always predict is Oyarzabal will score a penalty, which he did. So that was kind of fun to see that happen. This is the team as it looks now. Really hard to call this team. Really hard to predict it in so many spots. They've got like 3 players in every position, it feels like. And yeah, this is how they look to set up against Sevilla, who look to set up like this. I brought in this Juanelu Sanchez guy. He was really impressive. I watched him a few weeks ago. He scored like a really big score. He helped Nep win something. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
He was like a defender, and they're now playing him in like attacking mid. And his AA, Harry, it's not quite your Pedri, but his AA is quite good.
It's getting there.
And if he's playing an attacking mid and he's a defender, I'm kind of half hopeful. Like, yeah, he's not doing amazing, you know, but since he's moved into midfield, you can see there's a wee, you know, playing a cam. He got decisives once, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, there's some in there, for sure.
Yeah. So it's just a wee one to watch out for, a wee homegrown. And yeah, so Sociedad, Sevilla, this could be 0-0. It could be 3 each. I've got no idea what's going to happen there. Both teams really hard to forecast. And then the final one we've got on the Monday night is Espanyol with Urco, another cheat code defender guy in centre defensive mid, and Co at home to my boys Girona, who I'll be running out the same stack again, probably double fullback, etc. Monday night as well. I don't know what I feel about that, Harry. Is it nice to have them very end of the game week and just fly up, maybe? Or
I think it's nice if like the Barca Real thing hasn't popped off, type of thing. You know, like if you're still in it as far as like the other fixtures go, or yeah, otherwise it's just you just forget about it. Then if scores are just astronomical. Yeah, I don't mind it. There's something to that, yeah. Especially if like your whole gallery isn't based around that. As in, like, I know you have quite a few of those cards, but they're all quite sort of in the same place, effectively. Same, lineups and whatever. So, yeah, no, I like it.
we'll just fire through the Bundesliga now as well. Oh, sorry. We've been hacked. Mönchengladbach Friday night action. They're at home to Mainz. Friday night Bundesliga game with these two involved. Feels like anything could happen. This is the Mönchengladbach team. Player is a home bird. He always does well at home. If he gets one decisive, he brings in a 70. Kleindenheis is up front. The rest of the team looks pretty good. It's not full strength, but it's not far away. And mine's Burkhardt. By the way, this guy's been all over my timeline for about a day or two after the weekend. He's really coming into prominence at the moment with a few of these other guys, of course. So this could be a fun one. Hard to pick a winner. Easy to back goals.
Yeah.
Leverkusen, Bremen, we're expecting lots of rotations for them. Looks like Buendia and Tella are going to start in support of Schick. And we've still got the likes of Hoffman and Adley in reserve. Xhaka and Aliesh in the centre mid. It looks like Grimmie and Arthur are going to play on the wings. And the back three looks to be Hermoso, Tat and Tapsoba. Hradecki coming back in. So yeah, they've got tons of options. And I think Xabi Alonso has all these options precisely for this kind of game, this kind of situation where, you know, rest them all, screw it, rest who you want. Frimpong, who would play inside with Xhaka and Wirtz and Chappie.
Are you going to play Aliesh?
I'm playing Aliesh, yeah.
Are you? Mm.
Played last weekend. I think his rotation is kind of set.
Got you
for this.
Okay.
And they're playing Bremen, who look like this. No Stark, no Party.
Yeah, they could be toast.
Bayern at home at Bochum. Jonas Urbig started this season as my green and white non-Celtic Celtic goalkeeper, who then got dropped in the Bundesliga 2, then somehow got a January move to Bayern. Now somehow is the Bayern goalkeeper with an L15 of 0, Harry. And we have a cap 250 comp open this week. I maybe just kind of spoiled where I've put Matt Urbig, but they're at home to Bochum. There's some rotations on here as well. They probably get the job done here. But as I look at this, I'm getting flashbacks to Bochum v Dortmund at the beginning of the season. And Bochum, I've got a sucker punch in them. 5 at the back, defend for their life and try and break. But I think this is a good one for Bayern. Kane and the likes.
Yeah, it's got to be really. I know they don't fancy Elise Musiala like it is second string Bayern, you know, with still a lot of quality, but yeah, surely it's still enough, isn't it, to get by against a Bochum side?
Yeah, Hiroki Ito could score a lot of good points in this. Obviously, I'll have to see Rafi G actually in left back rather than right back or centre mid or whatever. And yeah, it could be great for them. Likewise with Dortmund, also at home to a team that should favour them stylistically. Pretty much a full strength team. Julian Brandt's returned from injury as with one or two other defenders. Augsburg's team is on screen here. And then we've got, I actually fancy this one quite heavily when it comes to Bundesliga as well. Stuttgart, no midweeks away, I beg your pardon, to Holstein Kiel. And Holstein Kiel aren't pushovers, as we know. And I think Holstein Kiel being at home could push the likes of Stiller, Furyk, Mittelstadt to 80s and 90s in a game like this, you know, rather than just the maybe just below that kind of level overall for the stack. So I think this has got potential to be a sneaky one for an away game.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. This is goals galore, isn't it? Holstein Kiel do score goals as well, though, weirdly.
Yeah.
They scored a couple last week.
A lot of turnover, you know, both teams will be, you know, challenging and dueling and intercepting.
Stuttgart didn't play midweek, did they?
No.
Don't think. No. Yeah, there's goals in that. It's got to be.
Wolfsburg St. Pauli. Wolfsburg's team is on screen here. On Scott Olsen in the team. That's fun to see. Otherwise, it's kind of as is. A lot of guys returning from injury from Wolfsburg at the moment. Here's the St. Pauli lineup. And then we'll jump on to Freiburg Leipzig, which is a really tight game. Kind of similar to some of those Premier League matches we looked at, you know, Fulham Brighton type of games, you know.
Yeah, very hard to predict in them.
Indeed. Nice to see my boy Baku's nailing a spot down. Just need him to score some points now. And do you know, I noticed, Harry, in-season Galashi is cheaper than in-season Van de Voort.
Yeah, everyone's banking on him just not being a thing, right? It's got to be.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get, but it's still funny.
It's weird AF. I was looking at Van de Voort thinking, I might just about do that. And then I seen Galashi sitting next to him in the collection page. I was like, hold on a minute. The guy that's playing is like cheaper. What? Never seen that before. Frankfurt, funny. They played last night, didn't they? They beat Ajax away 2-1. And I don't know why, but people thought Ajax would have done. I don't know. I was listening to some football people. They thought Ajax would have beat Frankfurt. Well, I don't know what they're smoking, but
yeah, Frankfurt are sharp, aren't they? Yeah, good team.
Marmouche or not, you know, they're still an outfit.
Yeah.
And then they're playing Union Berlin. It looks like this. Hoffenheim, Heidenheim. Final game of the Bundesliga. Hoffenheim team is on screen. I think this is a good one for Bischoff and Kramaric. They're on a wee bit of a bounce back. At home at Heidenheim feels like a very Hoffenheim friendly fixture. Dorsch is back.
Big Nicholas.
Dorsch and Kratzik, loving life.
Yeah, if there's ever a fixture for Hoffenheim, it's this, isn't it? Really, but I feel like every time I play Bischoff, he always seems to pop away from home. It's a weird one. I actually won a gift Orban last midweek for top whatever in under 23, 20 or whatever. So I'm throwing him into a little 250. He's just a 60 merchant at best, bless him. But if he can get 2 DAs, maybe a little 70, will not go amiss.
Yeah, and Jelkin Calvez with some intel here for us. Thanks very much. Guys, we're at 86 likes. There's about 240 LVs on YouTube. A bunch of these on all the other platforms we're streaming on as well. Wherever you're finding the show, please do hit like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. The like button on YouTube really makes a big difference to make sure we all just have the right amount of luck this game week. If you don't know already, Sorare only control the internet. They love the content me and Harry put out. And if they see you in here getting involved, but not supporting the content by smashing the like button, they don't take kindly to that. They will make sure you pick a DNP. They will make sure you pick the wrong captain. And they will make sure you get the worst card in the prize pool if you win anything. I gave you fair warning. Help yourself, help the channel, help the show, help me and Harry Boy smash the like button. And yeah, we need to smash through 100. We need to smash through 150. And if we're at 240 of you tuning in here, get your phone out your pocket, change the tab on your screen, whatever you need to do. Can we break through that 200 mark on the show today? I'd absolutely love it. We're going to fire through Italy quite quickly because Italy and France, we're just going to rattle it because we're a wee bit behind today. We've got MLS and a lot of other world football to try and scan across, as well as I don't think I've had the urge yet to adjust any of my teams, Harry. I feel you're getting a bit twitchy, so there might be a wee bit of deadline drama somewhere for someone.
I'm always twitchy.
But yeah, keep your eyes on the screen if you're in Serie A or probably France. Me and Harry will talk about bits if it's appropriate, but I'm just going to try and catch us up a little bit with Cagliari, Genoa.
Fly through it, isn't it? This could be the first week in a while, Quinny, that we might not get it done. We'll get it done, but it's going to be a tight one.
Yeah, only a wee 10 minutes behind as well. Pressure's on.
Yeah, fair.
Last week we didn't have Premier League into the fold with MLS like we did the week before that as well. So
100%. You're like, we made up 15 minutes on that, didn't we?
Yeah. I'm stacking my Comos this week.
Don't blame me, mate. Together. Yeah, I like it. It's the fixture, isn't it? Venezia at home. It's got to be.
Proper budget in season effort there. A wee bit of transfer business on the sides. Parma, Torino has been on screen there for you as well. Lecce, Milan. This is a fun one because Lecce, it's not really do with Lecce, but Milan, no Magnan, no Hernandez.
Oh, wow. What's that?
No
red card? Holy moly. Wow.
I think Magnan's suspended, but there's like Warren Bondu is going to play in midfield, and this is weird. Milan
and João Felix still can't get in.
Yeah,
tells you all you need to know.
50 with Jimenez. Inter at home at Monza feels like an Inter smash fest, doesn't it? But Joaquin Correa is going to start this one.
Quinny, I tell you what, Ian's hit the nail on the head there. You need a Smolik for your Como stack.
Is he worth
right back? I've got 2 of him lined up this weekend in under 23. Mate, he's scoring well. He's getting 25 AAs and a couple of DAs on right back. He's looking sharp, mate. He was captain of Rijeka. He was even though he was a bit younger than, they had a young team, but mate, he's good. Solid right back. Can defend. He's kind of suited. And they haven't really had a wicked fixture yet, and he's still doing a few nice scores. I'm not saying he's a world beater, but I don't know if you can get an in season 1 though. As in you might from Rijeka, but I don't know whether. I mean, it wouldn't matter actually.
Yes, Valley and Diao and Kakari from Butes from everywhere else.
You could get a full stack if you had Smolich. Can you double defense?
I toyed with Strefeza, but he's been kind of him and Catroni are a wee bit wild now. Yeah, it's him now, but maybe Catroni.
He's gone off the boil, haven't he?
Peroni. But yeah, you fancy Smolcic?
He's good, mate. Yeah. Really strong. Really strong right back. No frills, but will get tackles, will get interceptions type of thing.
Keita Balde is back in Serie A. I didn't realise that.
Wow.
That's fun. Hellas Verona, Bologna. Yeah, fun team overall. Bologna. They've got Skorupski. The newspapers had Ravaglia, which just put me into a mad, typical Skorupski paranoia. Napoli, Fiorentina. Yeah, very predictable for the most part. Fiorentina. Oh, this is head to head. 3-5-2 versus 3-5-2. Empoli, Roma. This is a funny one because Roma are 2-1 up to Athletic Bilbao. And Roma have some rotation options, but don't overly do it. Claudio Ranieri likes to keep the team quite consistent, but yeah, I've only also got Angelino, but that's the main one I'm worried about because he never gets dropped, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to play him 1 week and he'll be rested. He plays all the time. Scored against Bilbao as well, so he's became a proper hero in Roma, which has been a buzz for me because it's been a nightmare waiting for him to come back into form and prominence. Seeing Shomorodov up front is fun, and yeah, there's Roma. Empoli. Juve Atalanta. Ooh.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. No place for Coop, they reckon. He'll make way for Weston McKennie. Timo Weah in at right back is always a laugh. Atalanta, bringing the fire, full strength. Then we've got Lazio Udinese. Still no Castellanos, Isaacson and Ravella, but still living their best lives. Sakanye should be back. He's missed a game or so. Lazio, I don't know how they got on midweek, but I know they were
I
playing.
think they got, I don't know, Fiorentina got beat, I'm sure. I can't remember about Lazio.
Tovan back in the front line. A lot of this team, Udinese, have been kind of getting a little bit better. I don't know how they did last week, to be honest. But yeah, that's the last of Serie A. We'll fire through France, and then we'll be on to MLS. Toulouse, Monaco. Chelsea Enrique's on to play. Nice. I didn't put him anywhere. Quite a strong Monaco team. Monaco don't have midweeks anymore, do they? No, they're out.
No.
Stuff. Yeah. Aye, this is actually quite a good game for Monaco. Not saying Toulouse are weak, but away, like Beer could get a few. Where did the assist come from? Do the defence have a lot of work to do? Could be alright.
I thought, yeah. Don't know why. I thought Beereth was injured, maybe on on ST, but I could be wrong.
Rennes are at home at PSG. This is the Rennes team, who seem to be circling the drain big time. PSG, everyone is 50-50. No one can project the team this week. There's a lot of rumours that not rumours, but suspicion or paranoia that Safanov even comes in for this. So play your PSG cards at your own peril. I think it's a good game for Kang In Lee, all the same.
Yeah, I think he'll start. I reckon he should be a bit more than 50 there. I think Doué definitely plays. Yeah, the rest are really hard to predict, honestly. But I'd say those two and Zaya Emery. I'd be very shocked if Zaya Emery doesn't start.
Yeah.
Okay, he came off injured last game. Fair.
Leo Montpellier. Leo flying high. They've been the underdog, the dark horse of the Champions League, finishing in the top 8. Really good result in the first leg on Tuesday or Wednesday night, whenever it was. And they're now at home to Montpellier this game week. And it looks like they're going to make some rotations. Joe David coming out for Akpom. Maybe Mbappe comes in for a start. Anything else on the goal rotation wise? No, I think it's pretty much the same. There's maybe one or two guys that I'm not too familiar with. Like Angel Gomez isn't here. Yeah, but mainly the same team.
Yeah.
Montpellier with Teji, Delort and Chatard and whatever. Like, they didn't play midweek. They'll maybe think, maybe we can get a wee scalp at Leo. I'm hoping Teji does something, but I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, interesting. Leo doing well this year.
Yeah.
Ooh, Marseille. Throwing the kitchen sink at it here. Rabiot up front.
Wow, they play like 2 10s, don't they, behind Guiri, but yeah.
Yeah, just fun to see that.
I know. They've had to, I think, is it Murillo? Murillo got injured last game, so Rongier comes in maybe at centre half for him. That's the
oh, yeah.
the play there, because normally Benacer comes off at 60 and then Rongier comes on for like 30, but I'm hoping this is the first game in forever that Benacer maybe gets more than bloody 60 minutes.
Love that, Harry. Love that detail. Aguilar's back. Otherwise, they've got the guy that City loaned them, but they have lost their whole defence in January.
Literally the whole defence. They're missing a midfielder as well. His name's like Neil. I can't remember his name, but he's a young kid. I played him last week. He actually scored a pen. I think he went off injured because he's not predicted there. So yeah, definitely a weaker Lens team than early in the season.
Brestois, kind of back to full strength, it looks like, with Pierre Lemalou there and one or two others at home to Angers. So it's a wee sneaky one, perhaps. Le Havre at home to Saint Etienne. If I can get it to click. There we go. Le Havre. Oh, no, it's changed on. Makes I click too many times. Sorry, guys. Le Havre. Some players with some cards and whatever. Saint Etienne. Nantes Strasbourg. Good one for Andre Santos, this, Harry. I think it feels like.
Yeah, it's weird. Ever since he got a little suspension a couple of games ago, I don't know. He's kind of gone off the boil, like SO5 wise. Yeah, this could be a game for him to reignite that.
Just been
such
called
a
in
fun
the Brazil squad as well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, mate. One step away from being captain. He's
He'll be
close. He should make his debut, I think, because like obviously Paqueta's kind of on his last leg. I don't even think he made the squad, did he? Obviously, you still got Bruno, and they need another CDM because they seem to just have loads with Andre and João Gomez. Like they have loads of that player, but I think Santos is a level above most of them outside of Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, he's definitely showing all the right signs at this stage. That was Remogs there we just had on screen, and then we'll finish Champion Euro with Nice at home to Lyon. This is the Nice team here. Really strong, Harry. How you feeling about this?
Mate, honestly, like I couldn't believe guess where they are in the league, Nice. After me like slandering them all season, it feels like I might have said
I
this.
heard you saying this.
Yeah,
So I know it's like top 4 or top
they're
5.
third.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? That's with
No.
like playing midweeks as well and struggling. I know that's done now because they're out of the conference or whatever they were, Europa League. But mate, ever since Santa Maria come in, I'm telling you, it's just completely changed the dynamic of the team. They've got an actual centre mid that they can rely on. Like, Tanguy is just not reliable, as we know from the last couple of years of his career. But like, mate, it's nuts. And then Gassan's been really good. Laborde's been unreal. Shows kind of coming into his own, but hasn't really had a run of like DAs yet. Everyone's fit. Like Boga's back. Everyone's fit apart from Tank. So like, mate, yeah, I can't believe it. But then Lyon are a fucking good side. They played last night. It's not
Turkey
easy.
happened.
Turkey happened. It could happen again. Fofana came off the bench, got 2 goals. We know Turkey's 2 assists. Yeah, I don't know. I've got like stake in both teams here. I've got both goalies. I've got Turkey obviously at Lyon. I've got the whole of Nice. So I don't know, mate. Honestly, like I haven't put my Nice lads in like my best champ team because I know they're at home, but man, you can't bet against Turkey, can you?
No, you can't, right? But that is full strength Nice at home. They've not been full strength ever this season, have they?
No. It's
Like
only been the last
Bombito
couple of
and
games.
Adishimai, Dante in defence, and then
Yeah.
all the other stuff you've mentioned already. Bard on one, Klaus on the other. Like,
You can't ask for much more, and they've proved me wrong. Like they're literally third. I cannot believe they're third. Like I genuinely 5 games ago they definitely weren't that, but they've obviously turned it around. So fair play to them.
And then we'll jump into MLS. So there's actually quite a few games here, Harry. I forget which ones actually went through the matchups tab in terms of what ones popped up. So feel free to kind of correct me as I go through this one. But we've got Columbus Crew at home to Houston. Houston have been pretty Houston in the first couple of games of the season. And like Columbus, the results right now as I talk to you, Harry, I don't remember them off the top of my head. But they've not really missed a step yet, in the first couple of matches. They're not smashed SO5 wise, but again, I said that about team a minute ago, they're still an outfit.
Yeah, I know they're Cucho-less, but they're still scoring goals somehow. They're finding ways to score goals. I think they scored 4 against Chicago last game. I can't remember the first game, but they are finding ways to still, be effective without having like a vocal point. I don't know. I don't know whether that'll come back to bite them unless they do get a 9 this window, which it doesn't look likely. They might wait till the summer. And Houston got battered by Inter Miami without Messi, so yeah, it doesn't look great for Houston, honestly.
Nah, Houston have been pretty Houston again ever since. This season so far. Seattle versus LA. This is an interesting one. Both teams played midweek in CONCACAF. Seattle got a 0-0 draw, was it?
Against Cruz Azul, yep.
Yeah. And LA, I don't remember their game. Was it against Columbus, wasn't it?
They won, they beat Columbus 2 or 3-0, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
This is a really strong looking team. Jomo, Jesus Walks, CR7, Obed.
It's kind of what you want, isn't it? But I don't know. Seattle still haven't got going yet. They haven't found the right 11, it feels like, so far. I know it's early on, but LA, that midweek win will definitely give them a bit of confidence, I think, because they haven't been great in it. They've won I don't think they've conceded a goal. No. They conceded a goal? Did they concede against San Diego? I can't remember. No, they didn't play at San Diego. That was LA Galaxy. Sorry.
LAFC conceded to City.
Yeah. Okay. What, as in like New York City?
Aye. LA
Did they
played
have
New
they
York.
played them? Did
Yeah,
they?
yeah. Opening game, was it not? Or was that Miami?
No.
I'm losing my mind.
Opening game.
Opening game was Miami. Second game, yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
LAFC opened against Minnesota first game.
They did. Yeah, and
I,
that was
I
like a
watched
tight
that
game.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was only 1-0 in the end. And Bobasi got the goal. I don't know. It's away, but like on paper, Seattle should do well. But this is a really evenly matched game with Buanga and I mean, yeah, if Giroud starts, maybe I don't know. I don't know actually, but it's just if Buanga turns up effectively, he
Yeah.
could
Johnny
ruin the
Ellis's
Seattle
man.
power. him, Big Marco.
Yeah, loving it. Atlanta United at home at the Red Bulls. This Atlanta United team looks pretty good in terms of first 11 quality, certainly anyway. And at home, they're normally, if they're going to do something, they're going to do it. But despite all the money they've spent and how like well put together the team is, you said that about Seattle. Atlanta are not too different so far with the first couple of games in.
Yeah, been a little bit underwhelmed. Like I only played 2 games, and I watched the Charlotte one away, and obviously it was away. But like, yeah, they haven't really got going yet. But Amador coming back in will be a big addition at left back, and then yeah, once what's his name, the right back comes back in, Lennon. Like he's not
Yeah.
unbelievable, but it does really help, I think, for that back four looking a lot more solid. And then yeah, Klitsch was a random DMP last week, so maybe he comes back in. It's just the front four, isn't it? Yeah, if they click, then could be curtains. But the Red Bulls know how to defend, so if any team's going to stop Atlanta from scoring, it's probably them. Maybe
Could be.
kept a clean sheet last week.
Feels like a low scoring game.
I don't know. I either see it going like 3-0 Atlanta, like they just smash them, or it is really tight where like
1-1.
it's like 0-0 in the 80th, and I just don't know where it goes after that type of thing. Like I'd be shocked if the Red Bulls beat them, but I wouldn't be shocked if they drew. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I think we've all been waiting for Almiron to turn into China Oscar or something
he
like that.
does look
So
good. I'll be honest. He looked sharp. He should have probably got a DA against Charlotte. Like he is looking good. I got to give it to him. He is looking a step ahead.
yeah, I'm loving the comeback tour for Almiron. Let's see if he kicks into gear this weekend. And then Cincy at home at Toronto, we've kind of alluded to this game already. But Cincy are starting to kind of grease the wheels. They're starting to get the chemistry going. Synergy starting to happen. They're playing midweeks and weekends as well. So it's a wee bit more intensive for the integration process of Denke and Evander and whatever else. Yeah, this team looks really good for, coming into this weekend.
Yeah, I think Oriano starts there. I don't think he came on for 30 midweek. He hasn't started yet, so it's a risk. But I believe he starts. Evander went off injured. They kind of said it was just like a little back injury and stuff. He should be okay. But again, it's with that midweek like in mind, like they'll definitely want to be prioritizing that maybe for now. Yeah, it's a tough one to predict, but if you can get it right, since you're looking really good here.
MLS brings all the boys to the yard. There's Professor Teckers. Good to see you, mate. Long time. And yeah, you suspect a bit more rotation. You've got your ear to the ground on a few things, mate. So if you've got any insight, feel free to share.
I mean, it's
Good
not.
to see you,
It's
mate.
just, yeah. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if you're saying that to Tekkers, but like, I don't know. I'd be shocked if Oriana doesn't start. I think you'd be itching too. And with Evander's back injury, you just, whatever happened there. I'd be shocked if Denke doesn't play. They can't play a game without a number 9 there. They'll just look horrendous. You can't play fucking Baird up front.
Especially when you know the Toronto that's coming to town. Like just
Like
get
they're
the
there for the
on the
taking.
pitch, get the job done, and then
Yeah.
deal with it thereafter. I think that's the mantra they'll come into it with. Bernadeschi is along with Osorio and this our kid Corbono. Like they're kind of the only thing this team has going on. The defence, like honestly, I've not watched a Toronto match, but I've seen every highlight of every MLS game so far. And like it doesn't look like they have defenders. See, anytime goals are going in, it just looks like mannequins or big empty spaces that they've got for defence. It's wild.
Mate. Yeah, I watched the Orlando game where they shipped 4, and to be fair, the first goal was an unsavable free kick for Araujo. Like he was never saving that. But like, yeah, Bernadeschi's the only like bright spark that has shown a bit of something, which obviously makes sense. But like, yeah, the rest of them, they're all just the same. Like they all just look like the same player. They all just don't do anything and give the ball to Bernadeschi and hope he does something.
Just a bunch of guys. And you could maybe describe DC in the same way, but with Benteke, who's like probably the best striker in the league, pound for pound, or chance by chance, or whatever, in terms of just being clinical. Sorry, I need to blow my nose or something in a second. But yeah, this is the DC team. They're at home to KC. And I don't know, I think some people thought DC might have been a little bit better this year. I forget who else they signed that made people think that. I don't see them here on screen. I thought they got somebody to go with Benteke, like a European guy.
Can't
Like
think.
not Zinkernackel, but someone like Zinkernackel, if you get me.
No, that Pirani was there last year. Pirani, I honestly don't know.
Or maybe I'm tripping. This is the SKC team, and I was listening to Sorare in the States last night, and they were talking about how Shappy looks clearly to be one of the best players already at Kansas, which was music to my ears. Love to hear that for the wee man. And KC have been kind of getting shat on early season in terms of expectations and whatever, but this is a game they could win.
I mean, yeah, it's fairly evenly matched despite being away. Shappy's on set pieces, so that's probably why they've said that. Yeah, he took corners last game. So, yeah, he looked good. He got like 25 AA as a forward, which is really impressive. I still don't think they have enough. I think DC comfortably win this, personally. I don't think they've got enough spoiling Kansas City to threaten them. Not that they're like that good, but like I just think they've got too much at home. Big Benteke, a couple of early
from
goals.
this guy already, but
No, I haven't, to be fair. I saw he made a save. I saw he obviously won like save of the month because there's only been fucking 2 games in 1 month. But no, I haven't watched any of his. Well, has he had a few stinkers, has he?
the highlight package of the first game, half of it's
Yeah. Is it? Who did they play first game? Can't think. Chicago. Oh, I don't know. Can't remember.
But he was, yeah,
Shaky, was he?
kind of, aye. New England at home at Philly, and I've been loving to see New England absolutely sucking right now. No goals scored, absolutely stinking the place out, and I don't see any signs of it changing anytime soon. They're at home to Philly, and Philly are just being Philly again. You know, just keep playing the same way, still keep pulling out goals and results. Ty Baribo has turned into Benteke in a roundabout way, and yeah, right. Philly off at your peril, it feels like, even with all these random guys you've never heard of coming into the team. Don't write them off because they're all probably going to be fine.
Yeah, Sullivan's been doing well. Gazdag getting a couple of DAs and stuff. I think last week the Philly stack actually won both comps, or maybe even just, I don't know, limited or whatever, without the clean sheet as well, because Wagner obviously just does his thing, and Paribo's like you said, on fire. Yeah, I can't see anything other than Philly, winning here, really, despite being away. But like, I don't know,
it's not a big away trip either. New England.
No, it's
Philly,
not. It's nothing.
In the grand scheme of things, it's maybe even a derby.
Like an hour or so. Yeah, probably is one of the closer games they could ever play, honestly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not high on the Revs right now. I can't see it changing either.
Now, this is NYC's 10th season in MLS, and they're in full 10-year anniversary mode. Pirlo's been in New York again. They're starting to show clips of David Villa and Lampard again, as if they're not ashamed of it or anything like that. And one of the things that always sticks out in my mind as an NYC fan is in the first season, the first game was against Orlando, and NYC and Orlando started the same year and ended up playing each other a bunch of times, and it's always been a tasty match. It's not a derby, obviously, because it's nowhere near the same city, but it's definitely, like, for me, it's a rivalry. I always think these games are always exciting, always interesting. In New York at home, I've got a weird home field advantage because it's like a different shape of pitch and stuff like that. Anywho, I think NYC, so far, wait you hear this, Harry? NYC have did the most amount of miles so far in MLS with the first 2 games. They have did more than double than second place in that table.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. So if they've done 2,000 miles, second has done 800, just as an example, like
that's
they've
insane.
absolutely been everywhere. Miami first game, LAFC second game, now at home for, I think, 2 games on the bounce, but they've not looked bad either. I've watched both the games and they've been alright, a bit toothless, but alright. And against Orlando, who their teeth have been very sharp, but they just cannot keep the door closed at the back. This is going to be a wide open game. I fancy my chances. I think if you've got Orlando attackers, you probably fancy your chances as well. I wouldn't discourage you. But don't be surprised if it's a wacky game and there's bookings and stuff, maybe, is what I would say.
Yeah, we haven't seen Orlando away yet. They've played 2 homes, so it's quite hard. We're going into the unknown there, honestly. But they've showed they can score goals. So, yeah, I don't know. Tough. I just think, New York are a little bit toothless right now.
Yeah. Austin at home at the Rapids. I don't really hold much faith for Austin in general. this Dessler, but always pops up in the highlight reels as being like super effective. So like budget defenders. I won this guy, Harry, when he was at Toulouse, like last season or the season before. As a random, that's the only reason his name kind of clicks for me. And he was a centre back in France, and he's playing right back, and he looks like a right back. Like he looks like a big kind of, he's not like rapid. He's not like Jordi Alba in his prime. He's not that type of fullback, but he's
A
like,
strong runner.
aye, yeah,
Yeah.
and he'll just hit a ball in a good area, good height, and
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah. Just a
So
good footballer that can, hold his own at right back, but he's a centre back type of thing.
yeah, precisely, that's it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are asking for cheap defenders. He's one I would add to the list.
Okay.
Colorado Rapids are probably going to look to bust his clean sheet, and yeah, it doesn't really get much stronger for them, does it?
No, it's their best team, I think, on paper. That
Yeah.
nice strong base with Laras and Atencio, and then a bit of pace with Cabral. I don't rate him, but he's a bit of legs, and then it's Mihailovic and Bassett. Can they show a bit of magic? With Navarro scored 2 last week, so I think he'll be up for this. Austin away is probably not the scariest place in the world to go. Hard to predict though, so hard.
I loved Nicholas's tweet he did earlier this week where he was talking about like 6 seasons on Sorare, like how the picture. And in that kind of vein, when I see Rafael Navarro, I get that kind of, going back to MLS season 1, I get kind of like Alan Pulido vibes from that Navarro, where he's just like, he's going to score most of the time he plays. He's not going to really do much more than that. But he might get a wee 70 because he gets a like 8, or maybe he does get 2 decisives once in a while.
Yeah, he's a weird one because last year and a bit of this year as well, like he actually gets like tackles weirdly. Like he's one of those, mate, he works hard, genuinely. Like he actually had
Used to have
16.
up front Barrios. He used to
Yeah,
get doubles, mate, all the time.
mate, I'm telling you, Navarro's the same. He can do it. Like he does make fouls, but like he does get doubles because of the tackles. Last week he got 16 AA on top of 2 goals, 86. Yeah, mate, he's capable of doing it. I swear. I bought him last year as a rare in season, and I didn't have too much luck with him outside of a few situations, but he's just one of that. He's going to play if he's fit because like he's just their number 9. They don't have anyone else, and they just look. He's big, he's strong, he can run. Like he's got everything you want in a forward at MLS level. It's just that everything else has to come with it. I'm not saying Geordie's not a good player and stuff, but they all have to be feeding him for him to do the business.
Yeah, I'll definitely want to watch out for me. I didn't realise the tackle thing. It's great.
Yeah, so it didn't happen last week. He didn't get the tackles, although somehow he got 16 AA. But he does get some sneaky ones.
Dallas, one of my dark horse teams, they're looking pretty good. Pedrinho, the wee guy I said that had the great goal record. Have you looked into it in MLS Next Gen or whatever? Got his goal last week, I think.
He did get a goal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Got decisive. I'm sure it was a goal.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a kind of fun thing, Dallas are kind of half happening. Not all the way, but they're at home at Chicago. This will be tough. Gutierrez comes back from suspension. And, Chicago still be Chicago. But, with Bob Bradley and a lot of these players, like, you do think it's a matter of when, if not if, that they turn the corner. But, again, quite an open match. If this was like 4 each, I would be 0% surprised.
Same, genuinely, because Gutierrez back in the fold. Like that front 4 is dangerous. Like it's top 5 MLS front 4s. It's got to be on paper. We'll see how that marinates over the season, but yeah, wait to Dallas. Musa will be dangerous. We just need Acosta to kind of click into gear, and they've got pace on the wings. Defensively they're not great, and it's the battle of the front 4s basically for me. Because I think like you said, there'll be goals either end, big time.
Yeah. I remember when the common modes were a bit more prevalent, they were a bit different. I went weeks and weeks with every week just picking Almada and Acosta as my 2 mids. Yeah. And they played each other a couple of times. And see the times they played each other, they both like ripped. It's just MLS can do that. You know what I mean? If you've got DPs against each other, as long as they're not defenders, like it's one of those games where it looks like it's going to be fireworks. Just go for it, man. Don't let the fixture put you off having 2 guys in the same game.
Oh, never. Yeah, never at all.
Nashville, who I heard MLS in the States call frauds, by the way, Harry Boy, which I thought was hilarious. They're at home to Portland, who I would call frauds this year so far. I think Portland have been pretty minging. And yeah, this is an interesting one, I suppose. But because both teams are kind of stacked, maybe less so Portland, but there you go, teams are on screen for that.
Yeah, tough one. Nashville are just a bit toothless as well for me. Tagzeth scored really well last week. A lot of AA got really involved. The ball's he's got really good just passing. Like his passing is insane. Like he can just pop it. all day with his really nice little left foot on him. Hanny's still been a bit meh already, which is not that crazy to think about. And I think Sturridge is horrendous. Every time I've watched him live a few times as well. I'm not having him. But the good thing they're going for them is like that back four's been together for a while outside of Andy Najjar. Like they're solid. Like they won't concede a lot at home. It's just they're a little bit like Charlotte without Zaha in that like Charlotte last year were unbelievable at home. Not saying Nashville unbelievable, but like they've got that like they can do it at home. They can keep clean sheets. I just don't know if they've got 2 or 3 goals in them. That's my worry with both of them, but more so Nashville than Charlotte now, I'd say.
I think apparently this Quasm guy is meant to be a striker. So
Okay.
if he plays, I know he's displayed here as right mid. Let's see if he plays. Maybe Hanny changes spot or something.
Yeah, like a 10, 2
Yeah.
9s or something. Because Surridge can't play anywhere than up front. You know.
So I don't think he's a DP or anything like that, but I think he is
Fair
like a
enough.
striker they've brought in from Sweden or something like that. So maybe
Okay.
just somebody to watch out for. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna give an outside shout. Jack Mayer to score.
Okay. Above Big Walker Zim.
Yeah. Jack Mayer to score. I'm going for it. RSL at home to San Diego. Diego Luna's back, Harry boy.
Yeah, he is, but he didn't score very well last week. Whilst I was watching him against Seattle, unfortunately, it was the Diogo Goncalves show on the left there. Took a lot of the set pieces.
Big
They look
DG.
good, mate. Yeah, at home they're strong. They're really strong. Good togetherness and turned over Seattle. With no stress at all. And then we got the
Chucky
the
Lozano's injured. Who would have thought it? Eh?
I know Chucky Diego's. That Terzakov though, mind he smashed like 50 AA. He's a churner. I'm telling you, the centre mid. I think he's
Yeah.
captain. Mate, he's good. Ches or
Nice.
whatever his name is. He's
I was
good.
quite
Good.
impressed with Negri when I've seen them in highlights as well. He
Mate.
looks really busy.
He kept Peck so quiet in that first game. It was unbelievable. Peck, you wouldn't have even thought he was playing. He
Yeah.
proper had him wrapped up. Dryer's the one there is the match winner. Yeah. McNair
Fun
scored
team,
well
isn't it?
both games. Yeah, something's going on. I think away to Salt Lake might be a bit too much for them. I think they've just got a little bit too much for them.
Bit of a trip, and they are like a new franchise. It's an important thing to remember. None of them have went to RSL before to play. In
Yeah.
Utah.
None of them.
Yeah, so they've got no idea what's in store. Whitecaps at home to Montreal, bit of a Canada derby, the Canada Cup as you mentioned earlier. Nelson probably gets rotated out this one for a wee bit of injury. Otherwise, the team's not got much depth to rotate, I don't think. And they're playing Montreal, who I've not been much of a Montreal fan, but hey, George Campbell scores great, Waterman scores great. Caden Clark, everyone kind of likes to cheer on if he does well, I suppose. And Sawa, it's actually a decent wee keeper when I've watched him for Montreal. He's decent. I'd buy him.
I rate
if I
him.
needed.
Yeah, I rate him. Yeah, he's a good little keeper. Like, he's good. He just doesn't have the best team in front of him, really. But yeah, I rate him as just an actual, goalkeeper.
San Jose, again, one of my dark horses, 2 wins and 2, buzzing for them. They're at home in Minnesota, who have been kind of punchy themselves, it must be said. But Bruce Arena is just bringing the vibes back with this team. And no Hernan Lopez, he's out for this one. Tsikas, or whatever his name is, probably comes in over Pellegrino. But I don't see any sign of them slowing down, especially at home in this game. I think San Jose get the win.
Yeah, I can't really disagree, but I've got a sneaky little soft spot for Minnesota after seeing them first 2 games. Yeboah, Dottam, Bongo, Pereira. They've got something going on. They've got an unbelievable manager, but not biased at all. But he was involved in the Welsh setup. He is English though. I'll give you that. But yeah, to be fair, he was at United as well, which probably doesn't show too much. But he's the youngest manager ever, I think, in MLS. It's like 31. It's ridiculous.
I heard someone say he's the youngest guy ever to get an A license or something.
He
as
is,
well.
yeah, youngest ever European A license or something.
And he's coming against Bruce Arena, who won the CONCACAF Champions League with DC United in 1998. Before badges existed.
He could get a schooling,
War balls and magic sponges.
back in the day, but I don't know, mate. They nearly beat LAFC away, opening day, and I just think, one of those type of performances could turn into a win. Whether that is a way to sort, San Jose, I don't know, but he's gotten really well drilled, like to the point where I think they could do a job on anyone by keeping it tight.
Yeah, old school versus new school. I think how I'm going to think of that game.
Definitely.
Inter Miami at home to Charlotte. Looks like Messi should make his return to the pitch for this one. The team looks moderately unchanged. Besides that, I've not been following them that intently, but all the main guys I've seen are there, certainly, from all the positions. And they're at home to Charlotte, who got their DP in last week. I did say I'd be very surprised to see if he didn't start the first home match. It would feel like an egg-on-face situation for the franchise. They got him on. They got him his goal. They gave him a crown. They put him on the throne. They did all the pantomime stuff they wanted to with their star man. And this is where the star man now really needs to turn up, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is the place to do it away to Miami. Not obviously, no pressure, but I watched the whole Zaha game and I'm not having him at all from that first game. I don't want to give him, I don't want to slander him too much because it's first game, but from what I saw, I'm not impressed at all. Didn't try and take on his man once, and that was Zaha. I know he's 32 now, whatever, but Zaha was literally taking on players. That is literally his whole game, wasn't it? Since he was like 18. I watched him at Cardiff. Like, he's been a very good footballer for a long time. But man, I think his legs are gone. I think he lost 17 duels in the end. It was 18. They got opted down. The right back, who isn't even normally Atlanta's right back, like had him tucked up to the point where I was like, mate, this is not looking good. Even, do you see his goal? So lucky. Oh my God, he shanked it. Like, it was so lucky. And there was a time where, for the first goal when Pep Biel scored, obviously he like tried to shoot on the edge of the box. Everyone thought it was like an Zaha assist when it wasn't. I don't care. I don't care how long he hasn't played for. I couldn't care less. If you're that athletic and stuff, like, you should just be able to just, I think, rock up and do the business. Like, it's not as if he's playing against fucking like Cafu at right back.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Like,
it should be levels
it was
above.
like, I just thought, I just didn't see enough at all to where I was confident. And I own one. Like, I'm not like sort of just slandering him for the sake of depumping his price, but like, I just weren't impressed at all. At all.
The chat seems quite convinced Messi's not making this one, so hold your Messi's
Look
at
at
bay,
that.
perhaps.
Look what Thomas says there. He was shut down by a college player. That was their right back.
Well,
for
that's what I was
Atlanta.
going to say. Like, when you said he wasn't normally the right back, I'm thinking that's just like a proper college athlete he's been faced against, like a young hungry buck. That's just
I think
like,
it was Edwards.
I'm
His
getting
name
you.
is. Yeah,
I'm getting you,
Mate,
Wilf.
and I get it, like, getting his face and stuff. Like, he probably, but like, Wilf should be up for that. Like, he's fucking Wilfred Zaha. Like, I'm not having it that some college kid can just rock up and just win 17 duels against him. Like, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah. Galaxy have just came back from playing Heredano, or whatever you call them, in CCC, and they are now at home at St. Louis. This is the team they look to be playing. This is the final MLS game we've got. Mickey Yaman is still out injured. I think that injury is going to keep him out for a total of like 2 to 3 weeks. He's about halfway through that at the moment. Peck and Royce, John Ellis's other pal, is getting a game this week, which is cool. And then at home at St. Louis, which look like this.
Yeah, I'm not high on Galaxy at all. They're really bad. Real bad. Like, worryingly bad.
The goalkeeper doesn't seem the part, does he, from what I've seen?
I don't know. I think he's okay. I don't think it's much in it between both of them. I don't think either of them are great, but no Yamane maybe. Like, Royce, how's Royce going to do 90 minutes? I don't know. Mate, it's a horrendous team right now. Like, they need Paintsill ASAP.
Yeah, well, maybe that's ripe timing then for St. Louis. Of course, no midweek football for them, and like, they've got a bunch of guys that are, like, they're not fancy, but like, if you give them a chance, they'll probably take it, and they can defend well. They've got one of the best keepers in the division. Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, it could. They haven't scored a goal yet, so I'm worried. But they've conceded. I think they've kept 2 clean sheets, maybe. So yeah, that could have 0-0 written all over it. Under 2.5, get on it.
Yeah. Now, before we hit the rest of Global and World Football, Season 3 of MFL is just finished. MFL, Meta Football League, is the football management game that we're playing on Web3, where everyone creates their own club, you own your own players, and everyone you play against is somebody else in the game. If you've ever played Football Manager, it is a great experience. It's tons of fun. And if you open your account by clicking on the link that's in the pinned comment in the live chat, it's also linked in all the broadcasts in the description and pinned tweets and whatever. You directly support me, the show, Harry Trades, everything that we've got going on here. So we thank you in advance if you do so. By clicking on that link, you get access to all the beginner Brucey bonus stuff. And with Season 4 just right around the corner, it's going to be fired up for that as well. Of course, we've had a lot of lovely changes last season. Coming into season 3, they introduced player instructions, which was lovely, and this year they have upped the jackpot. They have upped not just the jackpot, the prize pot by like 40%. We've had new card scarcities, kind of redefining where cards go to make it easier for beginners, etc., etc. Genuinely, every season I've said this, but this season will be the best one. It's a great time to start, and if you do, please do so by directly opening your account by clicking on the link that you find here on the channel. It means a lot to me, to Harry Trades, and thanks again to MFL for backing the content here on the channel. It really does mean a lot. And I need to blow my nose, Harry, as you start to rattle us through Challenger. And again, so I don't know how long we've got left to rattle through teams. Harry, I don't know if you need to play with lineups yourself. I don't know if I will necessarily. I don't really need to, I don't think. But yeah, we've only got 20 minutes to the deadline, guys. 119 likes, 260, 270 of these on YouTube. We are flying. But we need to get closer to 200 likes, guys, or we're all screwed. We're going to pick the wrong captain. We're going to put our in-season team into Classic by accident. The rare team goes into Limited. All the crazy stuff is going to happen if you don't hit the like button. If you've not hit the like button in a while, it is free. And when you do it, it flashes up little nice colours. Makes you feel good inside as well. It'll make your day that little bit brighter. Help yourself, help the channel. Thanks very much. I need blow my nose.
No worries, mate. I'm just fixing a team a minute. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the first week in a while where we haven't managed to get everything done. I very much doubt we're going to get through all lineups. Honestly, I think this could be a stretch, but I will rattle through as many as we can, as quickly as we can. Starting off with the Eredivisie. PSV massively need to bounce back, don't they, in the league after that humping versus the Gunners. Willem 2 at home. NEC updated 30 minutes ago. Hansen out, it looks like. Van Krooj gets the nod there. Ajax away after losing yesterday to Pekzola. Twente at home to Amir City. The old Belgian boys. I didn't even show beer shoot there, did I? Sorry. Courtrai versus Leuven.
Oy. Thanks for bearing with me there, guys.
Yeah, I think this could be the first time, Quinny, that we're definitely not going to get through it.
Oh.
I know. Race against the clock.
Big time. Now, we actually have some giveaway stuff to do on the show today as well, by the way. So everyone that is tuning in, you get even more reason to hit the like button before we hit the deadline and before you go away to enjoy your weekend. I know Shane Minnie, who has been very generous and had a lot of great stuff to donate to give away for us, had something extra special in mind, but I think he was wanting to do something which would take a bit more time and set up, which I don't think I would be able to do justice as generous offer here. So that may be something maybe need to come back to with Shane in another stream at another time or so. But we do have some cards that have already been donated that we've got an in-season rare in the Contender region to give away. We 27-year-old midfielder card. I won't reveal who that is just yet. You can probably spoil it if you were really motivated to do so. We've got a nice wee in-season rare to throw away today as well, which will be fun. Werner over Saha. What do you think about that, Harry boy, for Charlotte?
Mate, I might have to eat my words. I think I'm on the Werner train. I think he'd offer more.
At least you know Werner runs.
Yeah, at least I know I'm going to get legs off him. There might not be much end product, but at least he gets there. I just think, man, I was worried. Like I don't think he did one step over. I know that's not the acid test for is he a good player or not, but like there was just no Zaha-ness about Zaha, you know? Like it just worries me. It really does. It really, really does. I'll go through bits of the championship quickly before moving over to Contender, just in case there's any Leeds might be a popular one. Maybe Norwich as well. Norwich, Oxford. Yeah, we are up against it, mate, to be fair. I do need to change one thing on my screen. Using another lineup. No. How many teams you got this weekend, Quinny?
Oh, a lot less because Celtic are playing in the cup, so there's like no
Okay.
Scottish leagues this week.
Yeah.
So a lot less, to be honest. Even though I've had an increase for the MLS and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure on the number, but yeah, not as much as usual.
Fair enough.
And the way my champ guys have went, I've got 2 La Liga super rare teams going out, like a Girona
Yeah.
stack and then a best of the rest effort. And then see like how choppy the rest of my guys have been. I've just kind of put them into 250. So just thought maybe a wee fun zig and zag one for me.
Yeah, I always love building for 250s. Like it's just any cat modes really, but they're just enjoyable.
I've had a bit of fun with that. And I really enjoyed all the new UI stuff on Sorare. I don't know if you've been building teams on desktop, but it's slick Rick now. Like, it's like got everything at your fingertips now. Really easy to navigate. Really great way to go about the website as well. So yeah, I don't know if you've had a wee play about with that, but
Not really outside of just flipping a few players in and out then. But I know they've got the builder looks a bit tastier, doesn't it? And stuff like that.
yeah.
I still think we need an auto button for predict the fight.
A what button?
Auto, like it just
Play-through
zings
button?
through everything. Yeah.
That would be fun for us. Not sure if anyone else would really need that feature, but
Yeah, not many other people would really, would they? But
yeah, I've got the Como boys. I've not got a Smolcic. I put Pascal Gross for the Como boys.
okay.
I've got Guiri and Cherky together. Oh, that's fun.
Bringing the band back.
Yeah, I don't think I'm making any changes to my teams off the back of anything. I've got a wee punty under 23 for fun. Best of Europe's done as well.
Yeah.
28 lineups in total, and I think there's only 2. Let me check the kids. Sorry, but I think I've only got 2 like known DNP keepers. So that's 26 active lineups. Wait
Wow.
a second.
No worries. Oh, yeah, we got J and K. Yeah, this is going to be tight as bramble, isn't it? Two hours have absolutely flown by as well. Don't have any. Well, it's just MLS specialists this weekend, isn't it? There's no other like random J League or K League comps or specials. Pretty sure. Jesse Lingard in the building. He is. Cecilia at home. I'm sure he's loaded up in many a team this weekend. J. Jewelson.
Oi, oi, oi. 13 minutes to the deadline, Harry boy.
We're leaving it tight here.
Super tight. We've got an HP card to give away as well once we click into the deadline. So stay tuned for that for anyone that's catching us live and loud. The likes are flying up, guys. Let's get them in there. We're approaching 150. Can we smash through that? That's what we're trying to set up here. So let's get it done. If you're still here live and loud with us, make sure to take the phone out of your pocket, change the tab on your screen, whatever you need to do. Anthony or Mbappe for La Liga. Never thought I would ask.
Wow. That is so
I'm going
funny.
Mbappe. Mbappe's like got lots of time to make up for by that slow start. Vacano are just on their arse now with the players missing. Anthony's cool and all that, but nah, Mbappe all day for me.
It's got to be Mbappe, isn't it?
And then the whole, so again, we can kind of chat about this towards this portion of the show, Harry, as you're flying through the screen. But with the update to hot streaks, which we did kind of mention in the intro, and the specialist competition at the moment, and the whole like, are you in D1 or not? What kind of squad do you have? Like MLS is a really exciting competition this weekend, isn't it? Like SO5 wise, there's a lot of good headaches and like, where could I actually win? Where's my best chance of winning? There's a lot of kind of moving parts here. And it feels like, yeah, like coming into this game week, it's been a nice change, a nice extra dimension into the usual champ, contender, challenger, cap 250. And that's the end of it.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that mental gymnastic sort of exercise as well. It's been fun, honestly. Yeah, I've enjoyed that for sure. Because I've got 2 D1s I think I have now, but I'm only gonna use one of them this weekend, I think. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. I've still not decided. Tempted to maybe just throw it into D3 because yeah, I'm not in love with my my matchups this weekend. But then you could argue, you're capping yourself then, aren't you, really? On what you can win, but at the same time, like, I think I'd rather keep my D1s for next week when I've got a few more homes and no specialist to contend with.
Yep.
I think that's what I'm going to wrestle with.
Limited specialist at the moment has 2,661 entrants. Rare specialist has 582, and the rare pays out for the top 150. So that's actually quite a fun percentage. I'll go back and double check the limited. It pays out top 500. So for 2,500 entrants, again, quite a fun percentage. It's super rare. We have 52 entrants so far. Prizes are top 10 only. And at unique, we have 2 entries, and there is only 2 places given out.
That's so funny.
So yeah, interesting indeed. I've not got any D1 entries, but I can see like my D2s and D3s. I've got way less entries in them in season, way less than the specialist does. Everyone's. I did say this at my own thoughts, where like if you have one like DP level guy, the specialist is a perfect shot, isn't it? Really, if you've got more than one, it's maybe a bit of a different thing. If you've got none, it's a bit of a totally different problem altogether.
100%.
And yeah, it probably is both Pranksy.
Oh, for sure. Actually, I think it's him and Brees, just because I remember Sean telling me. Like, I think those are the only 2 that are like actually playing.
That's so funny.
I know. But yeah, I wonder if the new hot streak thing did flip a switch, as far as strategies, because it does make things a bit more enticing. But I think it also depends on, like, are you on, like, have you hit it twice in a row already? Like, are you on the 3rd one? Like, are you in the camp of like, I'm working towards that 5th one, or are you just on ground zero? Because I think if you're on ground zero, I still think the specialist is by far the better option this weekend. No relegation worries. Yeah, I think it's superior, and it goes as like it's not a mainstay, is it? So it's one of them where like probably take advantage of it while you can.
Yeah, because I was going to go with it and put a classic gold into it to be the smasher, and then play that in season 3's keeper.
Nice. Yeah.
Taking me out of hot streaks, but because it's max 2 per squad. The Jaden Nelson injury just totally ruined that plan, because I just didn't have another non-NYC forward. So I'm shading the specialist. I'm going into D2 to get promoted into in-season D1. That's kind of my aim, and try and get onto step 1 of hot streaking.
For sure. Yeah, if you're in D2 and you need a D1, I think that also makes sense. Like, to not play, like, avoid the specialist, because it's not, like I said, next week there is no specialist, so you might as well try and get prepared for next week by getting into the promised land, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
big time. And yeah, I'm looking at it now. I've got 3 Matt Freezes and I've got 3 Sean Johnsons, which is just funny.
double down central, triple down central.
Yeah, so I've got 3 classic lineups and 3 in-season lineups. Now the in-season lineups are on that kind of gradient of one team. This is not really a team, and then is this a team? Like, it's kind of it's kind of went. They should all play. They're probably not going to score well and stuff like that, but why not stack them up and give it a shot? That's kind of where I'm at.
Definitely.
And I'll tell you what I want to ask you, right? We've got 5 minutes to go, so I want to ask you this in the next 2 minutes, right? So chat, get ready to help me out with this, right? And just I want you to talk to me in terms of hunch or prediction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for NYC, they're playing Orlando, and every projection has Ojeda to play, right? I actually don't think Ojeda is going to play. I think they're going to play Bakrar because it's at NYC, and I think they'll try and get a target man on the pitch and use Alonso out wide or a bit wider than projected. What would you do, Harry? Would you ignore their hunch and just go with the projection that's everywhere, or would you back your hunch?
I
It's not
rate
not for the
back
priority team, but for the first team that these guys become important for, which
right.
isn't the top team.
I struggle
That
to
is
get behind
either or.
anything with Bakra in it personally. I just don't rate him at all.
Neither do
So
I,
I'm
but I own 2 of them now.
I don't know. I don't think I can give you a fair assessment there because I'm going to be a bit biased, I think.
He is a poacher, but
I don't know. I'm just not having him.
so we'll stick
Fortunately.
to forget about the people, right? Hunch or projection for the first team that this head to head comes up on. What would you be going with on this one?
I think
Hunch or
projection this time. Yeah.
Really? Even if you totally disagree with it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because I just don't. I think your bias is just floating in.
I don't
Like,
think I have a bias on this one. I don't like the crap.
Just said you own 2 of him.
Yeah, but that's because I bought a classic in the off season, so it was like £2, and it was just like, well, why not for £2? And then the end season was they probably paid me to buy the end season. You know?
Can't argue with that.
So that was why it's just been stupid cheap. But so yeah,
No,
I don't
I
know
get
if I am biased personally.
But like, if you didn't own him, you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't even be thinking about this, but you know what I mean. Like,
I would be nervous over playing no Ojeda. I'd still think of the same thing without owning him.
I don't know. I think Ojeda's miles better. Like, I just think he'll play. I really do.
Interesting. You really
I think
think?
I think we managed to squeeze it all in, Quinny, just about. I didn't do the whole of championship, but I did.
Love it.
I did what I could.
Well done. Buzzing. We made it, guys. We done it.
Just gonna have a quick little scan through to see if I've.
So these are the teams I've got sitting. So you can see it's not like any big shakes. I've got my in-season top MLS team, which is just like an NYC stack. And then the team in behind it has Sean John in goals, which we're just not expecting much from because it's playing Cincy. Bakrar's like my only other striker. But it's this spot here. Like, I do expect Bakrar to play, but I've opted going up with a wee hack in there because I just know he will play.
Mm-hmm.
And then this bottom team that I bought Sean John to make work because it was basically a training lineup with a DNP keeper, and I thought, I'm going to get another Sean John anyway. Might not just get him the new, and then if the team happens, maybe it gets me out at D3 with a couple of quid. But yeah, Burke Reese will play, and then the rest of the guys I kind of expect to come off the bench at some point in their respective matches. Jaden Nelson obviously in a different match altogether. But yeah, I don't expect much out of them. It's D3 efforts, but like this team here, it's really hack for Ojeda rather than Bakrar because I've not really got an option to change that with the Nelson situation. Definitely going to feature. Or maybe even Parks, I don't know. I might be getting messy at the last minute. Is Luis Enrique starting? He is projected, mate. I've put him in a team. I've put him in cap 250, I think. And then
He is projected, is he, this week?
Yeah, 65% or something.
Okay.
And with Classic, I've just went with an NYC stack, and then kind of the others as well stack, which has worked out quite fine. And then I've got a wee Sebastian Leggett team that does have Ojeda in it. So, bit of Classic exposure.
Yeah.
But MLS is, I think, where I'm having all my fun these days. This last couple of weeks, just with getting the strategy going, getting a taste of the new game mode, and hopefully with a game like this at home in Orlando, we can maybe get some cream out of it. As well as the Valencia boys in D1 at home at Valladolid. So hopefully they smash. And 1 or 2 other bits.
Like it.
But I quite like some of these All-Star and Cap Mode teams I've got as well. Like, they're kind of like the last teams I've built, but like they could hit. You know, they could hit. Like this team, big. Savage has been a boss, but oh shit, is Savage going to play? He's not projected.
Oh no.
No, there's always something. How long we got? 2 minutes. Fuck. Turkey. Trabzonspor. Yeah, he's not on. Battle stations for Savage.
30% I'm seeing on another site.
Yeah, so who do we want to come in here? Oh, this is my best one as well. It's also going on Henrique here playing. I wanted to set him up if he did play. With some good fun options. I think I'm going to put, just for speed, I'm going to just take a Saka up from the last team that we had, because he's going to play, got a 70 in the last game. He's playing his former club, Red Star Urawa, or Urawa Red Diamonds, so let's go with that. And then this team needs a guy. We've only got 1 minute. Using our team to take that off. I just need to throw somebody into this. Like Starfelt. Boom, that'll do me. Oh no, cat mode! No! No, we're in the deadline! No! No!
Did you not get it in? No. The second one.
We saved one team. We saved one team. Bastard. This always happens, doesn't it?
That's a killer.
No!
You should
That's
get
a good card, man.
I know they should put like a ticket in boxes if they had boxes again outside of global, where you can you have 5 minutes to re-enter a team before the deadline or after the deadline.
I should have probably took Aranguiz or one of these guys. They'd been a bit easier. So I just fucked the limited goalkeeper. But anyway, spilled milk. No harm in crying over it. We've got a card to give away to all you guys that are in the live chat. Now, we normally like to come up with a bit of a question. I've not thought of one just yet, but I'll think of one just now. Harry will maybe do the same, and if one of us are confident enough, we'll go for it. But the way we do this is you need to have your Sorare Scouter Manager name pre-typed in the YouTube comment section. We'll then tell you what the question is, along with what the format of the answer will be. Is it a number? Is it a name? Do we want a decimal point? Do we care how you spell it? Whatever. And then when we give you the question, it's just you put the answer in. Your name's already there. You hit send, and then me and Harry Boy can send this in-season K-League 27-year-old midfielder rare card to one of these to enjoy at your leisure. Again, thank you very much to Mini-Me for the donation as well. Very much appreciated. And he does play. Like I say, he's not going to win you D1, but might get you out of D3. And keep you in D2.
Don't mind
it. Okay, so get ready. Don't send your manager usernames yet. Harry, do you have a question?
Not off the top of my head, but I can think of one quite quickly, maybe on SD.
You could think of one.
Have you got one?
Nothing is springing to me.
Okay, I've got one.
Right, okay. Format the answer.
It is a number with a decimal point.
Right, ready, everyone?
Okay. What was Santiago Ramos Mingo's all-around score last night? What was Santiago Ramos Mingo's all-around score last night for Bahia? If that helps. The Brazilian. Was in the Brazilian league, but he plays in the Brazilian league.
Love Boyson with the multi-entry here. He's got his 3 entries in Rapid. And I love the fact he's probably, he's got a 4th entry, and he's probably got his manager username on his clipboard, and he's just doing paste, entry, send, paste, entry, send, you know. So love the graft, mate. Hopefully you've come up with the right answer. And who was he playing for midweek, Harry, did you say? Bahia?
Bahia, yeah.
Let me go and pull the screen up. Right, okay, let's see. The right answer is 83.4.
Yep. Well, 48.4. All around.
48.4.
I asked all around score.
So you did, Harry. So you did. Cat in amongst the pigeons. Boyson's in here with 70s and all sorts. So the AA is 48.4. That's the first correct answer. So I'm sorry to the first entries in, not quite on the money, as it were. The first one we get is Simon CR7 Simon. Always looks like Simon Crime to me, this name.
Yeah, it does look like Simon Crime.
Congratulations, mate. What a win.
GG's.
Good hustle as well, by the way, to figure that one out, or to know it. I doubt you knew it. It felt like a digging operation on that one, but what was the guy's name again? But yeah, congratulations, mate. Kim Kang-gook. Let's just put in Gook. Yeah, Gook. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Excellent. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. We just about made it there. I've fucked a team up right at the end. Like a donut. Gutted, man. Gutted. I really had high hopes for some of those cards this game week. And yeah, I'll be raging if they rip off a big one. I've still got one good team in, so let's just hope it does alright. I don't know how Saka's ended up as captain. I didn't plan on that. There you go. Harry boy, do you want to show us some of your lineups you've got going out as well?
Yeah, I'll show you a little. We got Cat 250s, thrown in a couple of MLS lads in there, super rare. MLS Specialist. I picked up that Sean John yesterday, which allows me to play Big Kai Wagner. All away though, so yeah, I'm just not holding my breath at all. This is my prioritized specialist lineup, hoping Oriano starts. Another little 3 specialists, and then sorry, 4 including the limited. Sean John again, everywhere, plaguing me. Little classic MLS with Big Brad. This is a D3 in season. I was going to go D1, but I bottled it. D1 MLS Classic, and then D2, D2. This one is DMP. Some champ lineups. Excited to see how they go. Only one D1 though, which is annoying. But
so
all
much
looking
red and black, Harry boy.
Lots of red and black, yeah. Bits of white. Yeah, red, black, white. 2 classics, D1s. Goalies are in tough spots.
Saganikov, Rodrigo, Harry, that team's winning.
I like it, but for Sio Jueta, Wolfsburg could be like 100 or like literally 10. But these two are part of that win not too long ago, were they? Sabitzer and Klaus. So hopefully they replicate, similar there.
They've got that. They've got that team philosophy going.
Yeah, they've got previous, and that does go a long way, I think, on this game. In season, I've captained Matson for my sins. Perfect matchup on paper, but he's just so hot and cold. Baldaki was a little craft on the midweek or on the weekend, sorry. So he comes in for me. I bought this Oliver Demon a couple of days ago. 3 D1s in Child Rare, which is nice. So I've got a couple of bits going out there, hoping Trubin doesn't get rotated. 1 D1 in Rare Classic, a couple of D2s, and then the Road to Glory. And then Super Rare. This kicks off today. Very, very nervous on Janken Hoiberg. Yeah, big time. And this is my it is, but like their matchups are just insanely good. I couldn't ignore. This guy almost got into here, but he's just a bit hot and cold for me. So I've deprioritized him down a little bit with Rodrigo and Sob, who are a little bit dodgy. This is just a throwaway, but the goalkeeper one is going to kill me as well, because like Layson's away, Nazawa's at home, but like they're both in like spots where either or could just do it, and I know I'm going to get it wrong there basically. And then little D1, couple of D2s, risking a Sob again. But yeah, I'm quite hopeful about this one. This one, I know Bart maybe definitely the dodgiest out of the 5. But yeah, Vinny Gluch, Enzo, and Big Affen. Excited about that. And then that's me, mate. 30, it says 35 teams. Is that right?
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah,
35 teams maybe.
So that number will be right.
Yeah, and then I got two little tier 4s from the midweek. Oh no, I got tier 5 in the end. In I think it was All Star. Yeah, tier 5 from All Star. Perry did have a clean sheet, and then it obviously got taken away, so that was looking a lot better. And then I was a churky away from winning under 23. I played Vinny and Captain Churky in a different lineup. Oh. Yeah, a bit of a killer. Obviously, clean sheet. Nuno 100. Pedri didn't get a high score, but enough. And then, yeah, there's the chicken. Just chilling with all the Fenerbahce frauds.
I know. That team should have won, Harry. That
I
team
know.
should have won.
I know. Mate, I checked my phone. It was 1-0 down like 5 minutes. I was like, what chance have you got? Rangers have been horrendous. They just lost to fucking Motherwell. And they just do what they do in Europe, even with a new manager. Like, it's mental, isn't it? I don't know how they do it, genuinely. I don't know what comes over them when they play in Europe.
It's insane, mate. It's some dark magic involved, some unholy
Gotta be, mate, hasn't it?
practices are at hand here, it feels like. But yeah, I kind of shared all my teams and stuff like that, or all the kind of main ones I was having a bit of fun with. But one thing I did want to put on screen right before we do leave, with teams and stuff, is I've obviously got some Contender stuff, which doesn't. There's Como and some. I think I showed all this earlier. But I've got Contender with no Celtic, which is kind of fun. But what I wanted to show is, best of Europe. Kind of going after a wee bit more of the market credit activity. And I wanted to check off the back of this, because at the midweek, Harry, they did one of those things where it was the prize pot was split between however many people hit 400. And I don't know if that many people actually hit it.
I don't think many did. I remember someone in my chat saying not many did at all.
Because, like, before Thursday, it was only 80 people on it.
Right.
Yeah,
Someone said it was like $50 each or something. I could be wrong now, but
by the way, it feels like it.
yeah,
Kinda high
Dobbsy's
money.
saying that there in the chat, 50 each, which is mad. Excuse me, I'm gassy.
Oh, okay, 25, let's say 23. Not quite. Jesus, man, this is tight. 21 maybe. Wow. Oh, there we go. Right, so the one that comes in with 400. Look at this guy. 400.03. Love this guy. Who is his team? Yeah, 49 credits. It actually says it denoted down there. So that's nice, isn't it? Top 400,
Yeah.
get $50.
That's
you know?
huge. Like, actually.
And this team, with all due respect, the guy did outscore me. Is number one, pretty shittily built if you're looking at the game week and whatever. I don't know how you come to this. And number two doesn't have a limited in it.
Wow. That's good going, that.
Full common. We Pacho there. Full common again. Cherokee captain, of course. So yeah, love these competitions. Oh, Nwainere rookie is nice there, isn't it? Let's see if there's another all common one. There we go. So hey, never rule it out, guys. Market credits to be had. Get involved when you can. To everyone that's joined the stream today, all the best of luck to you. All you that have hit the like button, you're going to be fine this game week. It's going to be your week. You've picked the right captain. All your teams are out. Can't wait to see what rewards you win. To everyone who didn't hit the like button, you're damned already. DNPs are coming for you. Harry boy, all the best of luck this game week, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, mate. I'm busy this weekend. I won't be on my phone. I'm always on my phone, but I've got a half marathon to run this week. So I've been prepping for a few months. So hopefully I get it over the line. And yeah, I'll hopefully open my phone up on tomorrow morning to a ton of DAs and no negatives.
So no rolling locks for Harry. Mister,
Yeah.
you're always got your phone with you.
Well, sometimes you just have to do things out of your comfort zone. And one of these days is my go. So, but now I'll be back on it as soon as the race. Actually, I'll have my phone on me on the race. So maybe I'll check some DMPs whilst I'm running. I've got a little pouch with my little water bottle and, keep my phone on me because otherwise I don't know how fast or slow I'm going. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
50-50 we'll have a Go Fuck Friday stream tonight. But plenty of content here and around. I'll look to get that booked soon enough if we're going to do it. Normal kickoff time for that is like 7:30 UK, if not 8 o'clock. So I'll probably book it with about an hour notice, just once I can clarify everything for tonight, if we'll be getting going or not. But some nice content already booked to come out over the weekend as well. End Product Podcast was back on yesterday. We went over the hot streaks development, some other strategy points, and a lot of good fun stuff. So yeah, wherever you're up to, plenty of content on my channel and on Harry's, which is linked in the description of the video directly as well if you're on YouTube. Be sure to catch it all. Pokemon. Have a good game week, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.
All the